Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I have Mike and Tim here with us. Tim is from Bourbon Basement. If you guys have not subscribed on his channel, go do so. You can find him on Instagram. He has a YouTube channel, but it's not quite operating. So
the YouTube channel is getting there.
There you go. I can actually hear pretty well now. So I was a little worried with the sound. If you guys that are on right now, let me know if you can hear the sound okay, if everything's coming through. We've got an exciting live stream for you guys tonight. We are tasting through the Smoke Wagon limited rye barrels. And Mike, why don't you explain what's this other bottle we've got there?
Yeah, so this other bottle is from a group leader. William Francis has started his own kind of distillery business, and he has modeled all of his off of Smoke Wagon picks, or at least the same mash bill. So this is a Bridle and Bit that's the company that he started. It's a rye whiskey. It's the same exact barrels from the Smoke Wagon experimentals, except it's a different char level.
Okay.
So this is a char 4, I believe 2 on the head, Tim?
Two on the head, but it carries the same 51-49 mash bill. So 51% rye, 49% malted barley.
Nice. So Tim, explain to everybody that hasn't heard what we've got here while I go through these chats. You need the back?
So
I do.
Yeah. The way that the experimental rye happened, it was 2013, I believe, when they did the project. MGP went through and barreled up several different barrels. I'd say 4 different, but it was actually 5 different barrels of a rye whiskey of a I'd call it a low rye, 51% rye for a rye and 49% malted barley. Each experiment has a different barrel char and or toast to it. The first one being C, which they actually heavily toasted before they charred the staves, and then it's a number 1 char on the staves and a number 2 char on the head. Then it goes to D barrels, which is a number 2 char on the staves and a number 2 char on the head.
Okay.
No toast before that. And then the E barrels, they went to a number 3 char on the staves and a number 2 char on the head. And then for the F barrels, this is where it gets kind of interesting. They went to a number 5 char on the staves and a number 2 char on the heads. So all the heads are the 2 char. The staves are what gets different. And from what I understand, in most cases, typically bourbons and ryes, they come from a number 4 char. Because when you're getting into that number 5 char, that's, really, really burning. That's 90 to 120 seconds of burning.
Right. Yeah. And before we get this tasting going on, we should shout out the guy in the chat who helped us obtain all these bottles, Ray with Harvest Market.
Yep.
So
the beverage steward himself.
Beverage steward. Thanks, Ray, for hooking us up with these. We're excited to get together and try these out. So yeah, if you guys haven't stopped, if you're local in Champaign, haven't stopped by Harvest Market, go see Ray for sure. He's got a great selection over there. And actually puts some pretty allocated bottles out on the shelves every once in a while, which is awesome. So we want to start pouring these, or how you want to do it?
Each take a bottle and work our way. I'd say right to left.
You want to start with C, go up?
Yeah, C and go up.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to pour.
F, so that'd be the farthest. 4? Yeah. That'd be number 4. So this will be number 3. Let's make sure we don't get lost here.
There's C.
Now, I was going to say, I feel like all of ours have been fresh cracked a little bit. So
I've had mine open for I don't know. You guys probably got yours around the time I did, and
I think we waited a couple weeks, maybe. I don't remember.
Oh, you're good. I couldn't wait.
Yeah,
I could not wait. C, D, E. Boy, they're dark, aren't they?
Yeah. They've definitely got some color to them. And that's typically with your MGP ryes. The one that comes to my mind the most would be like Proof and Woods the Senator. That's probably my favorite MGP rye, and it's only like a 6 year. It's great to see these. I need F.
One of the things I don't know, you guys probably didn't see my review on E. That's F. But on E, on some aged MGP ryes, I will get I got it with Traverse City, but I will get like a piney peppermint note.
Yes.
And-
yeah, that's
Yeah, and an E, it
spoiler
was
alert,
definitely an
that's what
E.
got it first.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay,
Grassy,
cool.
piney.
First,
Yeah,
for
cool.
sure.
There's definitely some citrus lime to it, but there's
So I'm curious to see if our noses or taste buds have changed in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, for you guys in the chat, pour some Smoke Wagon. Let us know what you're drinking tonight. I'll pop your comments up on the screen here. So just for proof points, the proofs aren't that far apart. C is 58.6, D is 59.16, E is 59.72. What's F over there, Tim?
58.73.
Okay, so F's the lowest, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
So these were both.
They're
Yeah.
within
With the
0.01 of each
Yeah.
other.
Okay.
And then you've got the Bridle and Bit that kind of blows it out of the water with a 120.
Yeah, with the one. But you said it doesn't
No,
drink as hot.
no,
It doesn't drink
does
hot.
not, man.
Okay. All right.
He's doing some good picks over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
All right. So we'll start with C here. Just to recap, C is that heavy toast, char 1 on staves, char 2 on the heads.
Just looking through the run, I mean, I mean, it's not like they're different
drastically
completely,
different.
but you can see a gradient of
You-
it getting
You
darker.
can absolutely.
Yep.
You know,
Yep,
it
you sure
starts
can.
out kind of like an apple juice and ends with
Yeah.
a dark amber.
Now the C to me smells more grainy than I remember E being.
Yeah, C to me always, I got the most bread. You know, like rye
Yeah.
bread. You know, and with me, I'm never been a big malt guy.
Mhm.
Not a Scotch guy. So anything that's
Yeah.
high in malt, I usually avoid. You know, so it's
Yeah.
like that's a thing I pull out of the nose instantly is that bready.
I'm not sure what that means, but okay, Ed. Do you know what that means? Maybe Ed's had oh, it's not up on the TV
Yeah.
yet. Maybe Ed's already typing hard. It's hard to type tonight. I don't know. Unless that means something. I don't know. Cheers, guys. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thanks for
Wow.
hooking this up.
Still getting so much pine on this though.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. I like it.
It's definitely
Yeah. So
the bread comes through.
Yeah,
there's
for
that
sure.
Pine. It's not pine tar. It's
No.
not deep pine, but
It's piney.
it's got
It's
that
that
pine.
yeah. Sometimes when I had the Traverse City at first, make sure you guys talk close to that, by the way. When I had the Traverse City at first, the pine, I just thought of pine. And then when my brain started connecting peppermint to it, that's all I could taste was peppermint. That has a little bit of this, but
I will say there is no like alcohol kick at the end.
no,
So,
it's real. I love the texture of it. It's a really creamy.
Yeah.
you know, saying peppermint and pine, it almost it's more spearmint. You know,
More
like
spearmint now.
gum, you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
just on the nose, the bread just comes
Yeah.
through for me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I feel like previously I had thought that C was like the most. Previously I thought C was the most drinkable. Like you could probably finish a bottle and not even realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
Compared to the other couple that we had previously. So,
Okay. Yeah, it's got a nice little
Yeah.
nice little rye spice on the end of it. But yeah, spearmint definitely for sure. I like the
There's
texture of it.
the hint of citrus. It's not orange zest or anything like that. It's almost like lime zest. You know,
Yeah.
it's citrusy but still grassy and
Yeah.
There's a sweetness to it I can't put my finger on.
yeah,
Almost like almost like honeyed pine or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure that sounds real appetizing, but it's better than it sounds.
Yeah, I just remember watching all of Aaron's videos when he was going through the own taste, and he even said he was like, "Oh, C is tasty. Oh, C is tasty." And then as he made his way through, like supposedly F was the one where he was like, "Oh, if you like rye, this F is gonna kick you in the butt." So
yeah, I can't wait to get to F. I can't wait. So let's see. Ed said Smoke Wagon Experimental Rye Char F. All right. Gotcha.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
That makes more sense, bud.
Okay.
Sorry. Cheers,
That does make
buddy.
more sense. Now, do you so the big thing with C is they start with the toast before the char, and then even then it's a very, very light char.
Mhm.
Do you notice anything unique about that on the taste? I don't get a toasted. It doesn't taste like
Maybe
a
a
toasted
bit.
barrel.
Maybe now that you're like bringing my mind to it, but barely.
I wouldn't have recognized it unless you are pointing it out. I don't think.
Right.
I will say the rye does wonders for, I don't want to say masking, because there's still, like I said, there's still the bready, there's still the almost like cooked mash flavor that you get from a high malt, but it does a really good job of softening it.
Yeah, for sure.
This mash bill, I mean, I'm excited to see other things coming out in this mash bill.
Yeah, it does soften the rye for sure. But yeah, now that you say that toasted, I could see, like, I always think of like a toasted marshmallow when I taste toasted products.
Yeah.
I could see a little bit of that, but it's faint, and I'd have to really be looking for it. And I didn't pick it up till you said that. It's not like, you take a Hulu toasted and you're like, oh Jesus, that's so much toast on that.
You say toasted marshmallow, and it doesn't really have the vanillas and things like that you get from like an Elijah Craig toasted barrel or a newly toasted. So the marshmallow it's almost like toasted bread.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's
for
so
sure.
subtle of a hint.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it though. It's good.
Yeah.
We talked about this before we started. Would I pay $250 for it? No, but it's good. But as somebody wrote on my channel today, they saw a review of the Smoke Wagon I did and said, "Oh, yeah, well, I've got a chance to pick up 2 bottles that I won in a raffle, but based on your thing, I'm not going to pay $250 for them." I said, "No, go pay $250 because they're worth $800."
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And honestly, they're beautiful bottles. I
They're
think you spoke to that even. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for the price point, this would be a must-have rye.
Yeah. One of the biggest criticism I get on my channel, because I break everything down. My reviews are a little long, but I was a marketing major in college, so I like to talk about the appearance of a bottle. A lot of people hate that, and I understand, like, what's in the bottle is much more important.
Yeah.
But this is such a beautiful bottle, and I've always said I think that a distillery's bourbon or rye in this case is art, and I think the packaging should resemble that in a special bottle. Of course, this is special, and I think all the state flower raised up and the fiddly bit. I mean, everything about it's nice.
Aaron's made sure that anywhere you go, you see this style of bottle, you're going to immediately know that that's a Smoke Wagon bottle.
Yeah.
Like, even, I mean, just from the flowers and even some of the Christmas ones and the Halloween and the 4th of July ones that he does, like, he makes it very, like, if you see a little label like that, it's going to be a Smoke Wagon.
Yeah.
I mean, I would equate it like, if you see the tubes, EH is there. So,
and the caveat to these ryes, I mean, we've said it multiple times already now, that $250 is expensive, and it's expensive for a bottle of whiskey. Am I glad I have it? Absolutely. But is your
wife happy? No.
if you're concerned that $250 is too much, the labels have already been submitted for the production bottles.
Yeah.
Smoke Wagon's going to come out. I think it's actually a bonded rye. It's a bonded rye. It's the same mash, but I don't know if they've gone into detail about what the toast level or char level of the barrels are going to be for each one of those. But I mean, it will be obtainable. It will be something that you will see on the shelves. And this is just the first little toe in the water testing it.
And if his blending is any indication, it's going to be fantastic, because
uncut, the youngers that he's been pushing out
they're great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They're beating the current uncut unfiltered.
I was about to say,
yeah, for sure. Yep, they really are.
And I was going to say, price point wise, the uncut, the youngers, a little bit cheaper on the wallet for everyone. I think
Yeah.
it's what 55,
55, yeah.
somewhere around there.
But I
So,
mean, right now it seems more allocated than uncut, unfiltered, which
Right?
is strange.
Yeah.
But I assume as time goes on,
yeah,
you'll start seeing those more.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we did Hard Truth barrel pick at A1 and Hard Truth Rye, their sweet mash rye, I absolutely love. We did their sweet mash single barrel pick, and I did not like it. And I was just it's so crazy, like how they can blend so well, and how some single barrels just don't stack up to the when you can blend some of that stuff out that you don't like. In my case, it's spearmint typically. Like if I have minty, for me, I'm just not a big fan of it.
so I
But
was laughing out. No, just brush your teeth, mint.
yeah, yeah, it's
No,
Mike Edwards.
no.
What's up, Mike? Cheers, buddy.
Hard truth. So when I tried batch 1 of their sweet mash,
Uh-huh.
I instantly tasted youth.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Batch 2, I didn't.
Oh really? Okay.
Did not.
Okay.
Batch 2 was better.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Batch 3 is even better than the
That's
other
what
two.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
I'm
good.
excited to pick one of those up.
Yeah, I've got one. If you want to try one later tonight, I've got a batch 3 somewhere here.
It's
So
just a rye night.
yeah, just a rye night.
I know.
So now we're moving on to D,
Moving on to D.
and D is the heads
Yeah.
match. So it's char level
Yeah.
2 for heads
I
and
almost feel like
staves.
try to put this up almost for
Yeah.
people to kind of see here.
Let's see if we go to this
See if we can
camera.
zoom in here.
Let me see. I think you'll be able to see. It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
would
dark.
say they are getting darker and darker down the path we go. So
Oh man, going from 2 to or from C to D, you get a much more of a honey sweetness out
you
of
get
C.
the sweetness.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Now.
Yep.
And I forget. Let me see one of the bottles real quick. What D was? Sorry.
D was char 2.
Oh.
Head 2.
Char 2 on both for D.
Yeah.
Oh, D's good.
So, and D is the highest proof of them all.
Well, that's probably why I like it.
And I was going to say, looking at limited allocation, or not allocations, but that's the least number of bottles they got out of the barrels. So,
Okay.
Seeing those numbers really surprised me because it's like I said, when you get to that high char with like char level 5, I mean that's a leaky barrel.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and that actually has, I believe, the most.
Yeah.
That's got over 1,000 bottles came out of the char level F.
I am getting a little bit more of that like chocolate in this one than I was the first one.
I feel like it's not as creamy for your mouth. It's more like
Yeah.
it's a rye.
Sorry.
It's a
I know it's
yeah,
hard.
no, it's a normal rye. I feel like that's gonna punch you in the face. Like
Yeah.
if you don't like ryes, probably stay away from this bottle. Quite
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
But C is a much more, I guess, casual drinker, if you will, for ryes. D is you're tasting the rye mash bill.
C is a summer rye. Even at barrel proof,
Yeah.
it's a summer rye.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
AW says the bonded
Sorry.
mash bills will not be the same mash bill. Okay, I was under the impression it was the same, so I'll have to look into that. I'm sorry if I was incorrect on that.
Thanks for the clarification. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks,
I'll have to dig
buddy.
into that. Which makes me even more excited to find out about the bonded if it's a different mash bill,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to see what Aaron can come out with that.
Yeah. Ben's in the house. What's up, nerd? Ben's he's flying in from Austin for Whiskey Fest. So that'll be fun.
So Ben's gonna bring us all bottles of Eleanor, right?
yeah. He's supposed to. I don't know, Ben. You need to hook me up with some balcones, whatever you want, buddy.
I was always, with my first journey into Whiskey Tube was watching the Whiskey Tribe and
Yeah.
Whiskey Vault, and
Yeah.
their Crowded Barrel makes Eleanor. It's
Yeah.
their sourced bourbon. Actually, I believe they might have moved into their own distillate now.
They did. Yeah. So I'm gonna get up because I have the one of the first one.
Oh wow!
That is not it though. That's my infinity bottle now. I drank it.
Oh,
I was about to say, I'm like, okay. I was like, now this is a brag of all brags.
that's a brag.
But I got so lucky with this. My sister is an attorney in Austin, and I said when they started, I was like, hey, if you think about it, if you're in the area, just go down there and see if you can get a bottle. I said they're having their first like grand opening thing, which you can't get. It's you got to have tickets to get it. And she's like, okay. Well, she didn't hear me say the ticket part, so she showed up, and they were like, oh, you can't get in if you have tickets. And it was August, Austin, hot day. She's pregnant. She's attorney. She's raising hell. Like, just let her in. So she got me a bottle of it. So
That's great.
yeah,
that's a humble brag right there.
They're honestly what got me into whiskey. Yeah, I love those guys. A lot of people don't, but I love them. I think they're great.
A lot of people are really jealous of
Yeah.
watching them film those videos inside that vault.
Yeah.
Just looking over at $1,000 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the second drink I'm getting off of this, it's getting more like, I hate to say it, like chuggable-ish, but that's
Crushable.
Yeah,
getting
crushable. Sorry. Yes, crushable.
Crushable. There you go.
Yeah, it's just more, I feel like your mouth and your taste buds got to get used to it.
Yeah. Ben said my infinity barrel beats the brakes off anything whiskey tribe can put out. I don't know how it is right now. We might have to taste it later. I don't know how it is right now. Sometimes
have you been keeping track of what you've been putting in it?
I did for like 2 years, and then I didn't. I haven't put anything in it in a while.
Yeah,
so.
and see, I'm the guy that's just like, okay, I got a couple drops left. We're just gonna throw that in a bottle.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens at the very end.
I'm usually
keeping
like,
track of
if
what's
I
in
want more fruit, I'll add something Buffalo Trace. If I
Yeah.
want it more, cinnamony or longer finish, I'll add something like Elijah
Yeah.
Craig barrel proof and get it where I want it. But sometimes it goes bad, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's the most amazing thing on the shelf. So it just you never know.
Yeah.
And if you try it the day you blend it, it's not the same as a week,
no.
2 weeks later. It's crazy.
The different pours they have to marry each other.
Yeah.
You pour them separate, you can almost taste the different
Yep.
flavors out of it.
Yep. I remember when I started, I heard people say that, and I was like, whatever, that's bullshit. And that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
It will not taste the same in
No.
2 weeks.
Poor man's pappy is a good way to test that.
Yeah,
theory,
yeah,
because
exactly.
if you do a true 60-40 poor man's pappy,
Thanks.
if you do a true 60-40 poor man's pappy,
I know it's so
the
hard.
day you blend that, it will taste off. I won't say awful. There's still
Yeah.
those good pours.
Yeah.
But you wait 3 or 4 weeks, and you've got a special pour.
So for those of you who don't know, Tim also was like one of the first guys I know of, like in our area, to do the 1915.
Oh yeah.
So was that the same issue that you ran into with the 1915, where
Absolutely.
you blended the 1910, 1920?
50-50, and it almost didn't really change the flavor. It just tasted like 1920. And then after,
Which is delicious.
it's good pour.
Right.
But after, I've had that bottle blended for almost a year now. And
Wow.
it's
It's
a
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It is truly.
Do you like it better than the parts? Yeah, I do
the
too.
sum is greater
Yeah,
than the parts.
I do too. Yeah. Yep.
It's greater than the sum of the parts.
Yeah. You had it.
Yeah.
Which do you like better, C or D?
So now going
I'm
back
saying,
to the
I'm a fan of C still right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
back to the nose, C definitely carries a heavier sweetness, and I'm a fanboy for sweet bourbon. I like
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace. Big fan of a lot of the Elijah Craig and the Heaven Hill products. Old school, Old Forester, Brown Foreman type stuff is just.
I'm
right
D.
there
I'm
for me.
D. I like D a little bit better than C, just because C, I get like when I go back to C, it's a little bitter on the finish for me. Which you would think D would be more bitter, but I'm
I think the rye comes through heavier in D for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's if I was doing this completely blind, I would say D is older,
Yeah.
even though they're all 9 year.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely tastes darker to me.
And that's just the barrel char. This was a number 1 char. That's barely heavier than a toast.
Yep. Yeah. All right, you guys want to go to the next one?
Move our way down. So this is E, which is the one we haven't had, right?
Correct.
Yeah. We've never tried E.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. E.
Off the nose, it's got a very different nose than the other two.
It's almost.
It starts to lose that spearmint a little bit.
Yeah.
I know. You're seeing guys just smelling the crap out of whiskey right now. Sorry, guys.
They don't care. They're nerds. They're whiskey nerds.
It almost it's got more. It brings in a fruit.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
But it's not like a
what that
berry.
was.
It's almost like an apple or
Yeah.
something that's
Like a kind of cinnamon apple to me.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to think of what it was. It was like.
This is gonna sound silly, but it almost the cereal grain. It's like Apple Jacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Apple Jack cereal.
That doesn't sound silly. That's
No.
I think that's dead. I think that's dead on. It's really good. I like the nose on it. It's so soft compared to those other two.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is
So
a completely
soft.
different taste
Wow.
than C&D. And yeah, you are exactly right.
There's like
There's no kick you with the rye.
no.
It's like I mean, I'm sure our taste buds are already kind of muted from
And
some of the
acclimated
rye,
a little, yeah.
But
yeah.
like if when we've been tasting, like after this, I'd be like, that doesn't taste like a rye.
Yeah.
Like compared to the other two at all.
I just can't help feeling like I'm sticking my nose in a box of Apple Jacks right now. It reminds me of Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's I like that one a
Sam's
lot.
Frosted Flakes guy.
I was a Captain Crunch guy, but sometimes you got to spread it around.
Now I'm waiting for all the chat to blow up with what's the best cereal.
Yeah,
We're just
go
gonna
ahead.
on a
What-
swerve.
What's your favorite cereal?
I don't know if I
It's
ever. If I
Captain
and then-
Crunchberry soggy, by the way.
Yeah, and then I was waiting for part 2. What whiskey reminds you of that cereal?
Yeah.
if I could find a whiskey that smells like crunch berries,
Oh,
heaven right
dude,
there.
is that your jam
I
too?
love crunch
Oh,
berries.
crunch berries are the shit,
I don't
man.
like the all berries one.
Yeah,
It's gotta
I'm
be
with
the
you.
Captain Crunch
Yep.
and the berries.
Yep. Gotta have a little corn with my berries.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Boy, I like E a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think E
E's-
might take the crown from both of those two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
E has supplanted that right now.
I can't believe how, I mean, when I had it on its own, I just didn't realize how soft it was compared to the, and maybe it is that we're having it third in the lineup that it tastes like that, but they progressively got better for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That just means we're gonna have to go backwards through it.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I got nothing to do.
Darn. We'll have to drink
I was gonna
more
say,
delicious
it's-
rye whiskey.
Yeah, it's gonna be an early morning for me. I'm tailgating tomorrow. Go line.
Yeah, go Illini.
Go Illini. I just have to take my wife to the farmer's market. I can manage that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
Just tell her to drop you off at my tailgate. It's fine, Tim.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch all the way. All right, that's a good one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of Fruit Loops for thinking otherwise. All right, this is F, right?
Yep.
Okay,
F. This
on
is the heavy boy. This
Ooh,
is
yeah.
wow.
Ooh, I feel like I'm getting more of the grain.
If you didn't tell me this was a rye on the nose, I'd think it was a bourbon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just that heavy
Way
char.
more, yeah.
It's
char.
almost got that vanilla that's been missing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I feel like asking a lot of like the Smoke Wagon groups on Facebook, they were very conflicted. I heard a lot of C's and F's. I feel like I didn't hear any E's. for the
Really?
most part.
Huh.
Yeah. So now I'm intrigued. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you're a rye drinker and you're wanting rye kick and rye spice, then I don't think E is your thing.
No.
Yeah. Boy, that smells good though.
yeah, it does.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah. F is F.
Yep.
That's
And-
delicious.
and-
I saw Aaron do a review on this and he was like, it's funky. I don't even think it's that
No,
funky.
No.
I feel like this is what a rye should taste like.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like a rye to us, at least I don't think. But
I was
Man.
expecting to hate this because he said it was so out there and funky.
He was like, or it's if you like rye, like that's gonna kick your butt. The F is.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I don't know.
Devil's advocate on it, compared to the other three, which are the same mash bill,
Mm-hmm.
it is out there compared to them.
Yeah.
You know, this has lost all of the cereal, the
Yeah.
malty.
The maltiness is
It's
gone.
It's completely gone.
Yep.
You you almost get more of a bourbon-esque flavor.
Golly, that's delicious.
Yeah.
I might like that better than E.
Lance is kicking himself
Yeah.
for not taking F.
Man.
I know. So spoiler alert here. We got what 3 of the 4 bottles from Ray at Harvest. We're gonna plug Harvest Market as much as we
go
can
for it.
here.
Yeah.
The other one I won through Aaron and a Smoke Wagon giveaway. So thanks for Aaron for doing that for us, man.
Yeah. When you go back to E now, E's spicy.
Really?
It was
See,
for
that's
me.
what we were saying. We were like, now we need to work backwards again.
Yep, it is. Right at the back of the palate. It's
Yep.
very spicy.
That's wild.
It's amazing how much the char can mute some of those flavors and
Yeah.
bring out others that
Yeah.
were probably there, but everything else is kind of hiding over,
Yeah.
overpowering.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
follow you guys down this rabbit hole.
F's fantastic, man. That's a good. I might pay more for that. Not $250, but I might pay some
Oh, yeah, you are definitely right on that. I just went back to the other one.
to E.
Yeah,
Oh.
to see. I know you got to.
Oh, you're going back to D.
I'm trying to go backwards
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, like there's no A and B. So
Yep. It's
We-
starts at C,
Yeah.
ends with F.
We have the Pokemon. We got them all.
I never would have thought bourbon would be like adult Pokemon cards, but it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
it is. Yeah.
Life, don't you have enough? Nope. Gotta get one more.
Stop buying your damn purses though.
That's bourbon money.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm really excited now to go to the Bridle and Bit 9-year rye, just because it's more alcohol proof. Man, you're getting the 120 instead of what, 116 ish.
Once,
118,
118
118.
somewhere
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So a little bit more. Again, for those of you joining us, I'm gonna plug the crap out of William Francis with Bridle and Bit.
Go for it.
He hooked him up with beautiful looking bottle. He's starting up his own joint, Bridle and Bit.
Go back here.
So he also has a group on Facebook, TFBC. They have done some amazing picks, man. And again, he tries to model a lot of what Smoke Wagon does. His tumble and dice pick, I would argue, I shared it with Lance before this, but it was the same mash bill as Uncut and Filtered. And it got to the point where it got back to Aaron, and Aaron's like, well, it's just because I let it slip through my hands. It's like in the early days, it wasn't my fault. Like I own most of the 36% rise out there. And so, the potato tater sticker, we did the whole like him being Thanos owning all the 36% rise. So
And Bridle and Bit as a label, they've got a lot of things that I think most recently came out with a 14-year light whiskey.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Have you tasted it?
I have not.
No.
This is the only Bridle and Bit I've gotten
Yeah.
so far, but it has sold me to try and get everything else I can. Unfortunately, it's a small company, so
yeah.
You know what you guys
Go
should try
fast.
before you leave tonight is 158 proof light whiskey I have.
Do you have that?
Oh, is
titanium?
that brain
Titanium?
candy?
I was gonna say, I
Yeah,
only,
it is.
I've
Have you
got
had it?
I've got a
I have not.
145.
I have
You have
not.
a
I got
145?
I don't have the 158.
All right.
But so price point for those of you curious with his company, compared to the other ones, his was I think 150-ish around there. But again, this is a char 4, I believe.
Char 4 head 2.
Char forehead too.
So
Okay.
we're getting the same everything except for just a different char level. And I
So
feel like
to put this in actual order,
it should be
Yeah,
that.
it should be that. Yeah, that makes there you go, guys.
Yeah.
PD, yes, we did try the F bottle and it's delicious. I'm really surprised I love it as much as I do because I saw Aaron saying how funky it was, and I didn't think it was that funky. But like Tim said, it is different than the others. I went back to this one, and it's amazing how much malt you can taste in these two, and how the extra char kind of like mellows it out.
I went back to C and just got some caramel on it almost.
On caramel, yeah.
Compared to the other ones, like I literally just splash it.
I'm almost getting
These are so much more minty to me
It is. Yeah.
than the last two.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought E was going to be my favorite. I think F beats it for me, for my palate.
Yeah.
I like F better. What do you guys think?
I'm going back and forth. Like I said, you go back to the earlier ones, and the sweetness is more prevalent.
Yeah, yeah.
I tend to lean towards sweetness.
Uh-huh.
But I also am not a malted barley guy. I'm not. I usually steer away from. I mean, I've had several American single malts that weren't even palatable for me. But going back and forth, the rye with the malted barley, I'm actually still leaning towards D.
Towards D, really? Okay. Awesome.
And I feel like I'm still kind of torn between C and F. I'm leaning towards F right now.
Mhm. So we're all over the
yeah.
place. That's interesting. Well, so we're not going to help you guys decide which one to buy if you find one. It's your guess.
We'll just say at least buy one for the shelf. It
Yeah.
looks amazing.
You're not going to find a lot of them. If you see one and you want it for the shelf at a reasonable price.
And I was going to say, at this point, if you find one on the shelf, buy it, because I'm pretty sure they're all out there right now.
So the answer is, if you see one, if you're wondering which one to buy and you have to buy the option to buy one, yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, feel free to send it our way.
Yeah,
We'll be happy to take it off your hands.
Yeah. Ed said his order is FECD. I think that's my order too. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like looking on it, D is definitely personally my last one. I probably go FCD. But
where'd you put E?
Sorry, FECD.
Okay.
So you and Ed, right?
So me and Ed. Sorry.
Yeah, you're the same.
FECD, yeah.
Yeah, that's my same order too.
Yeah.
I think. But now the question is, where does Bridle and Bit fit in?
We're about to find out. And this is what William Francis, the main guy in charge, has been very curious about.
Smells great.
Yeah.
And so Tim and I have had this once before. This is Lance's.
This is my first time.
Smell, yeah.
Yep. I didn't even know about them, so I'm excited about it.
This is much heavier on the rye spice.
A lot. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that pininess too, doesn't it?
Pininess comes back. It is much more comparable between a D and an E.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, placing it in the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
exactly
close.
Where it should be.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though, that the way they stored that compared to what Aaron did resulted in a little bit more proof on it.
It does not taste 120 proof.
No.
It's like that E and F, like the creaminess, it's rounded off. Doesn't taste quite as sharp to me as C and D, but
which also brings up, because when you look at the Smoke Wagons, their final few years are aged in Nevada with a hot climate. It's definitely a drier climate, whereas Bridle and Bit, it's Kentucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is almost the same environment as where it was distilled from. These are all MGPI, so it's kind of staying, in the same climate as where it was distilled and where it aged its first few years. So
it's really good though, man. Yeah. That's good. I mean, if you had this blind in with Smoke Wagon, I mean, you'd put it probably somewhere different every tasting. You're not gonna go, this is not as good as, just every bit as good as the Smoke Wagons, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It tastes very similar to me. Do you think it tastes similar? I think
you could put this right in between and say it was the extra experiment, and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, you would never know.
I would probably put it maybe like up there with E.
Yeah.
Like it would probably be right there with it. Like I still like F the most, but then it'd be like E and Bridle and Bit, and then I think C. So
do you know how many barrels are in that batch?
No idea.
I do not.
This is where I know William's watching this. If he can chat, come on, man.
I know this is barrel one, so that it may be a single barrel thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a giant distillery yet. Actually, they've got a name. I was looking. Was it Whiskey Thief Distilling Co?
Okay.
Whiskey Thief Distilling Co. So I mean, they're definitely getting in there. It was amazing to see the pictures, of when William first got started, because it was, no different than what some of us dream of, just a basement full of barrels.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
and man, yeah, like that's what I showed Tim, because I think I was in with my buddies Adam James first, and then I had Tim join the groups, and from there, it was, hey man, every pick he's been doing has been fire. And if you ever have like some of those stores that you just know, like they've got some great tasting guys. Like I know Lance does a lot for A1, so they've been producing some really good store picks too. So if you find some of those guys that get you just
guys you
great
trust.
tasting ones, yeah.
Guys whose palate you trust. I mean, everyone's palate is different. I mean, that's the best part about whiskey is one man's drain pour could be somebody else's unicorn.
Yeah.
Single barrel, 140 bottles.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So William is watching. It's good.
So yeah, so he only had 140 bottles, you said?
Yep.
Wow. All right. It's really good.
I'm
really good.
Take a minute with some water, and then I'm going to go back through this
Back
direction.
through. Are you starting with
I'm going to start
Bridle?
with Bridle and Bit,
Okay.
and walk my way down.
Are you just starting with C then after this?
No, I'm starting with Bridle and Bit, F, E, D, C, because I feel like give my palate a minute, calm it down.
Yeah.
We'll kind of.
Part of me wants to put it between.
We could do that.
Yeah, let's put it between, because I mean it is the char level 4. So
where'd you put it after or before?
So F, Bridle and Bit.
Okay, gotcha.
E, D,
okay.
C.
Let's see. PD said can't wait. Wanted the E, and they sent me email saying I got the E bottle. Then 5 minutes later, sent me another email saying they made a mistake and I'm getting the F. Oh. You're good either way, buddy.
you got the email, because I know I was signed up for that and definitely didn't get an email.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. So
I'm wondering how many more people out there that are watching this actually got the emails today, because we both did it. We didn't get an email. My brother-in-laws both did it.
They didn't get an email. Yeah. Robotic said had a pour a couple weeks ago. Cheers, buddy. By the way, loved every second. Sadly, I'm not sure I'll ever have an opportunity to purchase one. It's really tough, man. But I mean, a lot of people will get mad at me when I review rare bottles. But what I keep telling them in my reviews is the one reason I do is because if I see it in a bar, they see it in a bar. Now you can grab a pour of it, decide whether you want to pay 30 or 50 bucks for it, whatever it is for a pour. But even if you can't find a bottle, you might be able to in a bar,
Absolutely. And that's, the thing about whiskey is, like I said, one man's drain pour could be somebody else's unicorn. You spend your entire time chasing all these unicorn bottles, the birthday bourbons, the OFCs, the BTACs. And, one thing that I've discovered about myself, I got into whiskey on Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
So that made me feel like I was a weeder guy.
Yep.
And I'm not a William LaRue Weller fan.
Yeah.
I've had 2020 William LaRue Weller. I've had 2019 William LaRue Weller.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
And they're great. Fantastic pours. Very glad I ponied up the money to try them at the bars. Would I ever pay secondary for one? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Came across retail? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would not pay secondary for them. And that's some of the things, I'm a big advocate of early times bottled and bond.
Yeah, it's good.
Even after the changeover to Sazerac, it's still one of my favorite pours, and it's a sub $30 bottle.
Yep.
There are bottles that are sought after. I would, if you gave me the option to pick up 3 early times or 2 Blantons, I'd pick 3 early times.
Yeah.
It's just where my palate is at.
Yep.
Where some other people, they may like the Blanton's mash bill, they may like the Weller mash bill. That's the beauty of whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. You guys it's probably not on the TV just yet, but Mr. Drushka, appreciate your channel. F dropped by me yesterday in New Jersey. Haven't opened yet, but I'm glad it's your guys' favorite. Nice, man. Damn, it's so wild when these bottles drop, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so random.
It's wild that all of the letters dropped in our area at the same time at different places, and he's saying that just one letter dropped in his area. There
couldn't have been many. Was how many bottles? Well, F was over 1,000.
F was over 1,000. Now here's what's interesting. So I don't know if Ray is still watching, but he's the one that let me know that I guess there was only 30 something bottles of each letter, around 30 bottles of each letter that hit the entire state of Illinois.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, that's, to have 4 out of 120 sitting on the same table. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when we contact each other about trying them, I was so excited because I was like, yeah, I'll never be able to do that. Yeah. All right. What do you think? You ready for F again?
Let's go to F.
You're gonna have to hide that F bottle from me. Oh, it's so good, man.
It's so good. It reminds me so much of
That's
a
just-
bourbon. It's got more of a
Yeah.
caramel. It's got, and of course that comes from the heavy char.
I can't believe that the proof on that. It's so creamy. And with that heavy char, like it's not drying my palate out at all. It's maybe slightly, but not too bad.
Well, it's in what what a lot of people call the sweet spot of whiskey.
Yeah.
It's in that 8 to 12 year range. I mean, these are all 9-year ryes.
Yeah.
When you start getting into the overage stuff, you start getting more of the wood tannins and the oakiness, that the leathery that some people is kind of off putting. These all being 9 years, regardless of the char, they're all in that sweet spot on age.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Mike?
It is back to just a damn good rye.
It's back to just a damn good rye.
man.
That's good. That's really good. You guys let me know when you're ready to move on to the next one. I don't think I missed any chats here, so I think we're all caught up on those.
Trying to give my taste buds a little rest. Drinking some water.
Tim, you got to get your YouTube channel started, man. I could sit
know
here
I
and
do.
listen to you all night.
Yeah, I mean that's I was actually I was telling Lance earlier, that's kind of it's a sore spot for me a little bit. I was really into it. I've got this channel does exist. There is one video on it. It's just a simple live that I transferred over from Instagram. I love the pictures. I love
I know.
setting up the picture and having the background, the different bottles in there. I try really hard to make the pretty picture. I really got into the YouTube thing. Some things happened. The computer crashed. I lost all the data, and it was really hard on me. And I never really dove back into it. And I think Lance, you're absolutely right. I need to.
You need to, dude. I'm telling you, just from listening to you, like I'd subscribe in a heartbeat, and I know all my subscribers would. So
I appreciate
you
that.
need to. Have you been watching? Maybe not what's going on with Instagram. Have you noticed, like, when you post a picture, it does not get near the amount of views that it used to?
I have not noticed that.
They're turning into TikTok, and they want you to do reels and all that stuff. Do you follow Peter McKinnon by any chance?
I do not.
Peter McKinnon is a photographer mainly, but he does a lot of videography stuff. So he's somebody I watch to learn about YouTube channel stuff. And he's pretty much, I mean, he posts on Instagram, but it's not to gain followers. And he's shown his like graphics, his analytics over the last couple months. And it's just like photos just completely fallen off. They don't get the reach that they used to get. Like you used to be able to post a picture and put a hashtag to it and get quite a bit of interaction. But it's fallen off quite a bit.
Just algorithmically, or what do you think just what do you surmise the change has been?
They're just going towards the only thing that they're promoting in their search engine is reels. So just like TikTok, they're just trying to make it like TikTok.
Trying to melt your brain.
Yep.
That's a little personal there.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, and I know TikTok it's great.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Sing about bourbon?
Yeah. And there's just some good guys. I've actually picked up a recent YouTube channel thinking it was some brand new guy, and actually it was a guy that came from TikTok to bourbon. That's Bruzel. I don't know if you've seen Bruzel at all.
No.
His claim to fame was he took an entire Weller Foolproof store pick and dumped it in a lawnmower to try and see if it would run.
Seriously?
I kid you not.
Everybody go crazy.
I mean, okay, so
that'll get shares.
That'll get shares. The William Francis guy has done his own toasted barrels. He just buys a ton of Weller Foolproof and then does his own. And then he's done the same thing. Like he did a toaster. He got his own maker's pick, but then toasted some of it in a barrel.
Okay.
So and like he did his own like little 375 bottles. And
I don't know who Squatchacane is, but he said bummer story, my man. I think he's talking about you, talking about your
Oh,
YouTube channel.
yeah.
Or your
No,
computer and
it's
stuff.
it's been a roadblock, and it should just be a speed bump, and that's on me.
Yeah, it's hard. I had to get in a rhythm. I started the channel right before COVID, and then COVID hit, so kids and the wife were home, and I was like, how do I do this with kids running around and the wife at home? And then I finally just started kicking them out on Friday afternoons. So you guys got to go while I record a few videos, and then I take Saturday, Sunday, usually edit them while the wife's watching. I don't know what's the latest thing she's watching, Virgin River or something stupid.
Hey, sometimes those shows. I mean, my wife's got me watching. I'm not a big TV guy. I mean, we don't even have cable anymore. It's just whatever Netflix, whatever streaming service we got. My wife got me watching Grey's Anatomy.
I'm
actually interested.
You aren't interested? Oh man. Well, you got 15 seasons to go through.
We're sitting down eating dinner, and we'll just put on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
like,
see,
that's
a perfect time to edit your videos, Tim. Yeah. That's what I do. All right, so we're going to the Bridle
and Bit.
That is a much more not rye hit your face.
Yeah. Well, F calms everything else down.
Yeah.
F absolutely calms everything else
down.
And
so having Bridle on the heels of that, it feels like it's amped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's definitely more mintiness to it.
Definitely on the palate, not so much on the nose.
Yeah,
I don't get the minty on the nose as much on the palate. The nose is it goes back into that bread spicy, that cereal grain, the typical things you see from a high malt.
You do get some mintiness though on the
palate. Absolutely, the mintiness comes straight through.
Yeah,
it's almost overpowering the rye spice.
Yeah. I'm referring to Tim on everything because he kicked my ass at World's Top Whiskey Taster Contest. So, in case you guys didn't know,
that's a loose term. It was
that was fun though, man.
Oh god, that was an amazing time. And I was thinking about that because I haven't seen anything about it this year.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Anything about it?
Oh, you know what? I have ADHD's blend. If you guys want to try that tonight,
that would be interesting.
You want to try that tonight?
Yeah, we should definitely try that.
I got to remember where I put it.
I was disappointed to see Michelle not make it farther than she did.
I know. She messaged me. So she joined my Patreon, and I've kept in touch with her. She's an amazing person. She is such a sweetheart.
She's an absolute ringer.
Absolute ringer. Showed up saying, I don't know. I've never tasted bourbon. I don't drink bourbon.
My job is to taste things, but whatever.
I can't. So I'll tell you off air, but she has made some things. Like she's responsible for some shit. Like,
okay,
you guys have all had some stuff that she's responsible for from major companies.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see
that.
Yeah.
And the whole time, like beforehand, so I was Tim's guest. I didn't make it through the whole thing.
That's where I know you from. I met you that night.
Well, yeah.
So
before that,
I drank too much, man.
No, I drank way too much. I passed out because they were giving out free drinks of Disco 6.
They loaded us up.
I was out.
There was a guy that came.
That was me, probably.
No, it was not you.
Okay.
I know who it was. I won't say his name, but oh my God, he was racked. And I was like, I can't take care of this guy. We've got to go back to the hotel. So we left him with the Bardstown people, and he messaged me the next day. He's like, hey man, how'd I get home? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, someone stuck me in a cab and must have gave the cab driver my address.
So I still remember, like, I was zooming because they didn't live stream it at all for anyone. So I was zooming it to like our close family and friends.
Okay, yeah.
And when Tim lost, I literally turned it around and was like, this is bullshit on planet bullshit. Stopped the feed, went and chugged about 6 more drinks.
I thought Tim had it.
And then after that,
I thought Tim
all
had
because you never had a Russell's Reserve before that competition.
I didn't dive into Wild Turkey very hard, and
I bottle guessed that.
I
couldn't believe I bottle guessed it, but I shit the bed on proof. When with that first round, I knew that last one was a malted or a peated Scotch.
The first round was nose.
Yeah, I knew it on the nose.
3, I go,
yep.
Well, this is easy. Is this what it's gonna be?
This is what I did. I knew it was a peated Scotch, and I was like, no, this is World's Top Whiskey Taster Contest. They're going to put a peated bourbon in here.
Yep.
And I was like, I got to at least taste it. And then I tasted it. I was like, shit. And then I was, because I don't drink peated scotch and it was bad. But
well, I guess like background wise, should we say that like the whole basis, you don't know coming in what you're going to do. And what they did was they gave you what, 5 or 6? Was it 5? 5?
They gave us a lot of samples, and and they gave us like cocktails before.
Amazing
4
food.
rounds.
Yeah.
So 3 rounds were part of it. The final round was 1 pour. So 3 rounds were 3 pours. The final round was 1 pour. And the first round was main grain. Which
primary grain.
That like I said, I know
that was easy.
It was easy.
Yeah.
And then the second round was
proof. Second round was proof.
But they pulled the fast one because they were all ryes.
Yeah. No, that was on age. Age was all ryes.
Age was all ryes.
That was hard.
Yeah.
To me. But you got a couple of those right, or didn't you?
So I went into the final round tied with Michelle for first.
Yeah.
It was 55 to 55, and then she went 4 for 5 on the final bottle, and I went 1 for 5.
Yeah, man. She did great. She's an amazing person though. I really like Michelle. But yeah, she's done some big things. Sodas you've had, perfumes you've probably smelled. Yeah. Major movie stars, liquors, stuff like that. So what are we on?
So I just finished Bridle and Bit, and nose from Bridle and Bit to E are right on point.
They're close. Yeah.
They're real close.
Real close.
I feel like Bridle and Bit has a little more, you can sense the rye in it.
E just smells a little darker to me, but it's so close.
Yeah.
And that could be location. I mean, I guess I don't have the full details on how Aaron does his aging, whether it's temperature. I'm sure it's got to be temperature controlled, because if you just leave that to the Nevada desert,
it's crazy.
All you're going to be doing is chewing on a barrel like you do with the Garrison brothers.
Right. It's definitely softer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so tame.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Absolutely.
Like that'd get me in trouble, man.
Yeah, we're going this way, and it's like, man, this is crushable. Man, this is more crushable. What's gonna happen when we get to C? We're just gonna start bottle chugging? Like, what's
So D, there was only 649 bottles on
D. D was the light, I guess it's blend, because there's definitely more than one barrel, but I think D carries the most sweetness so far.
D is really sweet. It's really good. It brings out more of the minty characteristics to me.
Yep. I'm trying to think of something where you get a sweet mint.
It's like to me, it's like chocolate Andes mints almost.
I could see that. I get a little bit of that chocolate in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, now if I'm thinking of it, power of suggestion, it's like an Andes mint to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Then that's as soon as you say that, you start to pull those slight chocolate notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is more chocolatey than Bridle and Bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at any of these, though. That's the great thing. Like,
what? Yeah. Go from D back to F.
Oh, from D to F?
Go from D to F.
It's so caramel.
Yeah.
And well, like you said, more towards your bourbon. Oh, F is so good. Aaron's saying I wish we could play his reaction to that, because he acted like it was so funky and like most people wouldn't like it.
Because he was saying C was like, oh, that C is good.
Yeah.
F is you have to like rise, and it's a punch in your face.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think it is.
I think F is the closest to a burr.
I'm with you. Yeah, like
it's funny that was our warm up whiskey was a High West burr rye, and it's
yeah.
they're boot rye or boot. How do you?
You got to say Borai,
Boor rye.
right? You don't say
Borai?
Bourbon.
Yeah, it's true. You don't say bourbon. Boor rye.
C is a different animal than D, E, and F.
Yeah.
To me,
Mhm.
it is more cereal. It's sweet. It's good. It's different.
It's so much closer to that malty. That
Yeah.
It's if I had it blind, I'd say it was an Irish pot still rye.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
It's funny. The only overseas rye I've ever actually tried was an English malt rye, and it's called Adnams, and it's one of those where it won a bunch of awards, and I'm sure there's a palate for it, but I tasted PVC pipe.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. And once you get a note like that, I mean,
it doesn't go away.
No.
It's all you can.
I have a Nulu toasted rye that I got Sharpie off of. I can't get it out of my head.
It's just there.
It's there. Yep. So AW said Aaron doesn't actually age most of the barrels in Nevada very long. Those ryes were only there a few months before he bottled. Oh, I thought they were there for a while, but I could be wrong.
You know, even that being true, the difference between Bridle and Bit, which is Northern Kentucky, versus the Smoke Wagon, which only spends a couple months in Nevada, there's a discernible difference.
Yeah.
There's a discernible difference.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering too, like with the fact that, I mean, most main distilleries are expanding now, but like, are you going to look for some of these sourcing places to go to the high heat places to get out product more quick? Because I think we've learned with like Smoke Wagon, Balcones, like they're cranking out stuff much quicker pace than other places.
Yeah.
Because that heat does so much more to those barrels and gets so much more flavor out of it.
Yeah. I think Texas whiskey has a real hard time balancing aging so fast and having good flavor. Like Balcones, they're the best to me that I've had of the Texas distilleries, but a lot of them, it's just too barnyard, too woody, and they're only aging them 2 years. It's like they have to find that sweet spot.
I think it has to do with when you come to the Texas whiskeys, the mash bill.
Yeah,
the mash bill is extremely important, because one thing about Balcones, I'm not a big fan of their bourbons, but their single malts
delicious.
are delicious. Their single malts are where it's at.
Yeah.
And then you turn to something like Garrison Brothers, Balmojia, their bourbon.
Yeah.
It unfortunately is $100 bottle that tastes like you're chewing on a barrel.
Yeah. It honestly, that's exactly what it tastes like. Like, yeah, I don't like Garrison Brothers at all. The bottles I've had, I haven't had everything, but
and the honeydew tastes straight like honey to me. It's too much.
Yeah. It's too much.
Like, I actually gave it back. I gave it to Tim for a whiskey tasting
and
one time.
I still have his honeydew.
Yeah, you haven't finished that bottle.
I think
like,
there's
I couldn't
one
do it.
pour from me out of it.
I said I couldn't do it, man.
So I will say when I'm thinking about these, the biggest thing that elevates these last three for me above the first two is the texture. I love the creamy texture of the last three. And it's not to say these are bad at all. They're all fantastic, I think. But those last three, man, the texture is really good. So that's Bridle and Bit to hang with those last three, man. That's awesome. That's really awesome. And I told you, like, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't say it. And it's really good. I would not lie. Tim Evans is on. What's up, buddy? Cheers.
Oh, look at that, Tim Evans.
Yeah.
I was on with him last night. Well, he was making some comments on me last night.
Tim's the greatest, man. He's a supporter
guy.
of everybody. He's a good dude. I like Tim. Prescription Bourbon. What's up, dude? Just joined in. Cheers, Lance, Tim, and Mike. Cheers, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, I forget there's a delay, so you guys can't see what I'm reading. I'll wait for the next one.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, let me know when it pops up. Yeah, I think, man, if I had to rate them, I would say for me, F is first.
Yep.
C has such a good nose now, though, coming back.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, it does.
It's so different.
You really
so
like C,
different.
right?
Yeah.
D.
Yeah. Oh, D is the one you
D.
really like.
But see, I'm a nose guy. You know,
Yeah.
my my favorite bourbon is not necessarily the best tasting bourbon, and that's Birthday.
Okay. Yeah. The
Birthday
nose on
bourbon-
that is ridiculous.
Birthday bourbon has the best nose
Yeah.
in bourbon. Is it the best tasting?
Yeah.
It's great. Fantastic bottle. Absolutely would buy a bottle, maybe even pay half of what secondary is.
Yeah.
But it's not the best tasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is the best nose in bourbon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm a big nose guy. So when I go back to D has a nose that's so balanced. C is incredibly sweet.
Mm-hmm.
D is this balance. It's what I want in a rye. But if I want flavor, again, I'm a bourbon guy. So F is just, it's hard to pass up. So I think F would be my number one.
Oh, you think, yeah, F's your number one too? So we're pretty unanimous on that. Yeah. I was really expecting with F for it to be this just like crazy amount of char like I get in some of the Nulu double barreled stuff that they have. That's what I was expecting. But it's really well balanced. It's just fantastic. I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, out of all of them, nothing is unpalatable.
No.
All of them are delicious pours, and it goes back to what you look for in your pour.
Yeah.
If you are a Scotch guy wanting to get into a good rye, a C or a D would be perfect for
Yep.
you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a bourbon guy that doesn't like ryes, F is your jam.
Yeah. Now, let's say we didn't know what these were, and you just had it at a bar. What are you paying for a bottle of this?
A bottle or a pour?
A bottle.
Ugh. I feel like I could.
Rye's being more expensive.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a 9-year rye.
I feel like I couldn't go above 150, which is what the Bridle and Bit is.
Mhm.
Like that's the
Is that what
150
I was
price.
going to
Yeah,
ask you? What
150,
Bridle and
it's
Bit
like
is?
150-ish, and I
Yep.
feel like that's a solid price point.
Yep.
Now, I mean, it all depends. Like I know some places are asking more for the smoke wagons compared to other places. But,
Right.
I mean, I feel like 150, I'd be comfortable. Like get this on your bar. Other places or other ones, I don't know. I mean, the smoke wagon deserves a place on your bar, especially at least one of them. If you have the chance to buy two, make sure it's an F. I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say 150 is that's a good price. That's 250 is steep. But again, with the rarity of it, I would pay 250 for any of these and be fine. But if you're gonna open them and drink them and share them with friends, don't expect like, I don't know, what's a bottle that's just life changing for you? Like Bardstown, Chateau
Labaud.
That bottle to me, that was life changing. I was like, Jesus, that's
Discovery
good.
3.
Discovery 3 is good. Yeah.
Changing. I mean, that's a bottle that
Yeah.
you only get a few chances. Another, if we want to stay with ryes, a life-changing rye, which I mean, I'm sure they could produce it again, but as far as I know, there's no plans. Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Life-changing rye. It and Michter's toasted barrel rye kind of sit side by side as the best ryes I've ever had.
Yeah, Michter's toasted is really good too. Yeah. That Traverse City rye, which is MGP, is one of the best ryes I've ever had. It was very, on the palate, very reminiscent of D, that like Andy's Mint, but the most oily, viscous rye I've ever had. It was ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
With Traverse City, how long do they age? Do you have any idea?
So Traverse City is not very transparent. In fact, when I saw it, it said bottled. I think it says bottled by. It doesn't even. I don't even think they listed where it was distilled.
Really?
And I emailed them to find out, and I never got a response. And so I thought it was Traverse City at first, but then one of my Patreon members like, no, that's MGP. I'm pretty positive. And so, and now, tasting lots of MGP ryes, it's definitely an MGP rye. Absolutely. But yeah, they picked a good barrel. Benny sure did.
When it comes down to price for me, 150, I think if I came across a shelf full of all of them at 150, I may buy one bottle.
Yeah.
If I came across a shelf full of them at 75, I'd clear the shelf.
Yeah.
That's where it sits for me.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a fantastic bottle? Absolutely. Is it life-changing?
Yeah.
That's tough to say.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, like when I had E on my own and I reviewed it, it did not taste as good to me as it does tonight in this lineup.
Yeah.
Tonight it tastes really freaking good. Yeah. And now I'm like excited I have the bottle.
Mhm.
But before I was like, yeah, I'd pass on this. I just buy it in the bar if you see it. I think it ranked like, I don't know, it was bar worthy, but you had, if you bought it at MSRP.
One thing I will notice is as we went down, the pininess left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When we go back this direction, I don't pick the pininess up until we get into C&D.
C&D is it? Yeah.
C&D is suddenly that pine
that pine pops.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's very, very fun to do. AW said, problem with Texas, it's too hot for new distillate. Too much wood extraction, too fast. Yep, I agree. Let's see. Tim's commented here. I'll wait till it pops up there.
Tim, you're able to comment right now.
It's Tim Evans. Wow. Good man. Good man.
Good dude. Really good dude. You guys want to drink ADHD's blend?
Let's try that.
I have not reviewed it, so
it.
that'll be cool. All right, I'm gonna take my headphones off and you guys can keep talking or whatever if you see Tim's comment.
Drinking Rossville Rye single barrel, which is close to Smoke Wagon. I was lucky to get it the D batch. What are we pulling up, Mike?
I forgot. I've also got another William Francis pick. Red Line, another place, Indiana Distillate. Straight Rye. Hardcore Toast, Part 3. Everyone will enjoy the label. I think I'll let you do that.
I love the label. Love the label.
There's not many left of those, I don't think.
I think you guys can see what's going on there. Little toast train.
Yeah.
That's one thing, I look back and whiskey's definitely cyclical. Like you look at it today, we don't have the decanters they had in the 70s. Like I literally poured whiskey out of a tiger that
we got lead poisoning from
a little bit of lead poisoning from it.
Just a little bit.
But the sticker game is on point.
Yeah.
Do I think stickers add $300 worth of value? No, but the sticker game is on point.
It's fun though. It's fun. All of it's fun. Like people, I understand like people bash Blanton's all the time, but Blanton's gets so many people into bourbon. The marketing's fantastic. It's easy to drink. So I'm okay with it. I just don't want to see people get screwed on it, which they're doing.
My favorite thing about Blanton's is when you show up to somebody party or family event where they're like, oh, you're the whiskey guy, bring something special, and you show up with a Blanton's and you've made their day. Whereas you're like, whatever, it's just a Blanton's. Okay, great.
Yeah, we were at I went to Ed Sturgar's house last weekend and we did a tasting for some people who were just getting into bourbon. So we poured them blind. We did Blanton's, Russell's 10. Oh man, I've got a picture of it somewhere. I'm gonna forget everything we did. Evan Williams 1783. Elijah Craig 18. So these were all 90 proofers. They all voted their number one bourbon was Evan Williams 1783, which is a $20 bottle. And then when we showed them Blanton's was in the lineup, they're like, "What?"
Funny story. I live in a small town outside of where we're at, and I've got a local group. There's probably a dozen of us. We'll get together once a month, and whoever hosts usually supplies the bottles, and we'll do blind, and you rate it, color, flavor, mouthfeel. I mean, you go through the whole gamut. Well, I decided when I was hosting, I wanted to play with these guys, and I didn't tell them anything about what we were doing. I just said it was bourbon. Okay. So the 3 bottles I picked were Henry McKenna 10-year.
Okay.
E.H. Taylor small batch and Early Times bottled.
Did Early Times win?
9 out of 10 people picked Early Times bottled and bond as the best one they had that night, and far better than things they'd had before. Yeah. Henry McKenna and Early Times, or Henry McKenna and E.H. Taylor were basically tied, but they were far behind the Early Times.
So and what we're saying is, if you can find an Early Times bib, go grab that right now. Grab as many as you can.
And just to clarify, that was not plastic cap. That was new bottling, Sazerac, metal cap.
Well, and so here's the thing too. So I feel like there's been conflicting messages. So Tim actually has called the number on the bottles
There's
for a couple places. So like we came across an old charter 8-year
old charter. It was Charter 101. All right, so
yeah, Charter 101. Sorry, and on the ride home, him and I called, and guy answered. Tim calls the same number again, and same guy picks up.
Yeah.
Not even joking.
It's not just a guy.
It's
Okay,
amazing.
so one thing I'll say about
Not just a guy.
one thing I'll say about Buffalo Trace is, I mean, everyone's picked up a bottle of Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare or you know, getting up into the Pappies or whatever. There is a 1-800 number on those bottles, and you call that number, and a real person answers.
That's amazing.
His name is Alan Tenniswood, and he is Buffalo Trace consumer affairs agent.
Yep.
And the man is the most intelligent person I've ever heard speak about anything Sazerac, Buffalo Trace, anything.
Wow.
And so when the Charter 101, we were at a grocery store. It was actually a gas station that had a grocery store attached to it, way far south of us. You know, here in it was Southern Illinois, and it was a $23 bottle, but it was like, this says Old Charter Distilling. So I wanted to find out about it. You know, come to find out, it was something from the 2013, 2014 era. Basically overstock barrels of Mash Bill 1. So
okay,
and it was all 8 to 9 years. So it's basically Eagle Rare at 101 proof.
Yeah,
that was just overstock stuff.
Interesting.
But so the same thing happened when I came across I was a big fan of early times back in the Brown Forman days, the plastic cap bottles. When Sazerac bought it, they put that number on there. So I called, and sure enough, like clockwork, Mr. Alan Tenniswood decided to answer. And I asked him about the changeover, because that's a big to do about, even, Dan and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies, they did their review. They compared both of them back and forth. And, there's a discernible difference. I'm not going to sit here and say I can tell the difference, because it's clear to me the Sazerac bottling is still Brown Forman juice.
Yeah.
It's got that Brown Forman profile. Now, I called Alan. I asked him about it. To this day, what they are bottling is still barrels purchased with the label. So it is still what was produced by Early Times, aka by Brown Forman, for that first purchase. Probably around 2023 will be when we start getting actual Sazerac produced.
Okay.
Because I think they said late, like fall, winter is when they're going to start bottling the new.
Yeah.
Because
it could just be a little variation from batch to batch,
So what I discern from it is there's two things that definitely changed. One,
former offensive lineman over here.
One, it's a different person. It is bottle and bond, but it's a different person blending the batch of barrels.
Okay.
So that is a change.
It is a different person.
The other thing that it took me a minute to think about, the water changed.
Oh,
it's a different water they're blending with.
Wow, interesting.
Because it's bottle and bond. So
Tim, how do you not have a YouTube channel producing regular videos? I mean, we're all learning stuff here tonight.
So it's a different water. But will I sit here and say it is so much worse than the plastic cap? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Would I love to pick up a couple plastic caps? I'm in the process of trying to pick up a couple plastic caps right now. But if you find the metal cap, don't pass on it, because it's not plastic cap.
Yeah.
It is delicious bourbon.
Yep.
There's been a couple guys like in our local group that were like, what do you mean this is a $30 bottle? I'm like, just go buy one. It will change your life. When we talked about life-changing bourbons, this is a really good bourbon for the price point. If it was readily available, where Tim used to be a salesman, used to be, now you're the manager. But when he was a salesman, he used to go up and down the state. And so he came across these more regularly. So I'd be like, hey, pick me up two, pick me up 2, 3.
It was A1. I would walk into A1's store and they had cases of Early Times plastic caps.
Yeah.
And I would go down to Effingham once a week, and I'd walk in, I'd pick up a bottle, like, okay, great.
At the OG store?
Yeah.
They would have cases of it.
I had a customer that was just south of them by a couple miles. So I would always drive past, I'd stop in, I'd say hi to the kid behind the counter. I unfortunately never got a chance to talk to Narav. Or if I did, it was only once or twice. It was always a longer haired kid.
Okay. Yeah.
I say kid.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
But I would just, great. take one bottle and $25, and then one day I walk in, and I think it was shortly after Sean from the Bourbon Junkies started talking real big about it. Suddenly
he started shitting on it like crazy, didn't he?
No, this was still plastic.
Oh, okay. Oh, then he started.
Suddenly the case. It was literally, it was a stack of like 5 or 6 cases. The top one was open. You just took a bottle, and I think I took one bottle from the same case for about 4 or 5
So you're
weeks in a row.
talking a year or more ago.
2020, 2021.
Narav at A1 in the old G store just had cases of it a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah. Cases.
I think it left the floor because it was sitting on the floor as you walked
Could-
in the door.
Yep.
There's the whiskey shelf.
Yep.
There was just a stack of 4 or
Yep.
5.
He just had
cases.
some like a few months ago. Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. Next time I'm there, if I see it, I'll call you and I'll grab you a case.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
down there a
but
lot.
the point is, it has changed. It is slightly different, but it's not so different that you should not pick it up.
Mm.
And I say that, and I probably hate myself for saying that because it is probably my favorite pour right now.
Yeah. So this ADHD whiskey. So Matt sent this to me. He said if he's like, please give me an honest review. He's like, if you want to shit on it, shit on it. It's perfectly fine. He didn't really care at all. So you guys can be completely honest, transparent about this. It's 116.4 proof. I don't remember the blend.
That was going to be my first question, because I know with a lot of Bardstown stuff right now, they are putting in. I know Discovery 7, Discovery 8, they both have that Canadian, that 100% corn Canadian. I'm curious if that's in there too, because corn is one of the first things I get out of it. As I get that corn, that not bad corn, but like sweet corn.
I'm texting him. We'll see if he responds, but
it's definitely, it's the corn is very on the front. It's got a delicious sweetness to me.
Yeah, the nose is so sweet.
Oh God,
it's a candy-ish.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's I'll tell you this, when I first had it, it was like to me, when on the first crack, it was super hot. It's so much better now. It's pretty good.
I mean, going through the gamut of the ryes, it's not hot at all.
No, not at all.
It is not
that
hot
could
at
be
all.
part of it.
It is very smooth.
Yeah, it is really. The finish is really nice. It's got it definitely got some cinnamon on there, and then for me, there is a little bit of like red fruit.
I get the fruitiness.
Yeah, and the first time I had it, I did not get fruitiness at all. So this is interesting.
Now, when you're saying fruitiness, are you getting like a cherry fruit, or? Because I feel like it's raspberry fruit. It's like a candied raspberry.
Yeah, it's like raspberry for sure. It's really good.
It's very good.
It is good.
I like the finish on it too.
Come on, Matt. Tell us the mash bill. It's only $7.50 in Colorado. Come on now. It is very reminiscent. So I have not had the chance to try. Have you tried Discovery 8 yet?
No.
I've heard it come out.
I've heard it's come out. I've heard people have tried it. I have not gotten the chance. I've not seen one on the store shelves or anything yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ray will let us know as soon as he gets it.
Well, I'm gun shy.
Knock on wood.
5 was not great. 6.
Yeah.
6.
I'm with you. What'd you think of 7?
7 was much better.
I like 7.
I love 7.
I like 7.
I was ready to hate it.
And because you see the 100% Canadian.
Yeah. It was
you're like,
so.
oh, what did I do?
Really liked it. Yeah.
I did too. Okay.
But-
Glad I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
Because it's not just like whatever Canadian. It's like 13-year Canadian, isn't it?
It's older.
So
it's
I think we figure it has to be. It wasn't Canadian Club. Was it Canadian Club?
I think it has to be Canadian.
It has to be Canadian Club, but what they sourced from it.
Prescription Bourbon said, "Is your 1-800 line open tonight?" Yeah, we can open it up. We can open it up.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me post the number here.
Is this going to be like first time caller, long time listener?
Yeah. There we go. Let me make sure. I'm hooked up. Let me make sure I'm hooked up. I think I'm hooked up. Give it a call. We'll find out if I'm hooked up.
Yeah.
There's a delay.
This is gonna go in one of two directions.
Oh yeah,
right
last live stream we were dicey, but it went through. I think I'm connected, but I'm not positive.
I mean, came up on the screen.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm connected, but we'll see.
Close enough.
Yeah. Oh, here, I'm not connected. I need to get that connected. Okay, now I'm connected. Call in and we're good to go. Maybe I bet Prescription Bourbon knows the mash bill. The ADHD's blend, maybe. I'm surprised Tim Evans doesn't. Oh, Tim Evans says it's a Bour Rye.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
There we go.
There we go.
Caller. That's the best.
I feel like we need a producer now to like screen the calls. What are you going to talk about here?
Welcome to the Whiskey Tornado. Who's on the call? Oh, wait. It's not coming through. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I think we're getting ready to come through. Try it again, David. Uh-oh. Oh, I got you muted. Now, sorry. Try again, David.
All right. Hey.
There we go. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, great. How you guys doing?
Good.
Looks like you're having some fun.
Yeah, we're having a good time. We're having a great time. Great tasting
Yeah,
tonight.
I see you finally put Tim's message up. Tim Evans' message on the screen there. So he was saying it was a Bour Rye. So
Yep.
yeah.
You don't know the mash bill, do you?
No, I don't know.
No, or the blend, I mean. Shoot. I tried messaging him, but I'm not quite that close to Matt, so me messaging him may not get an immediate response.
Yeah, you never know what he's doing or anything. Yeah.
Yep. So how you been, buddy?
I've been great.
What are you drinking?
Been great. I am actually drinking a Scotch, Glen Farkless 105.
Nice.
So just picked it up.
Good deal. How is it?
It's good. Good, strong, strong sherry cask finish. So
good.
Very nice. But went and did a barrel pick today. Actually picked 2 barrels today, so had a good day. So yeah.
You picked two barrels today?
Yeah.
What'd you pick?
Yeah, went to Lux Row and picked the Rebel Yell and
nice. Rebel Yell.
And the Rye also with that one.
So you did a Rebel and a Ezra there, or
in Ezra Brooks?
And
yeah.
Ezra Brooks
so we did it in a Rye. Yeah. So
did you pick some bangers?
I think so.
What store did you guys pick for?
It was a Jayco out of Maryland. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And actually, the Rebel we picked was one of their own distillate, one of Lux Row's own distillate. So one of the first barrels they.
Oh yeah, nice.
They barreled.
Yeah, awesome. What could you tell much difference, or did it taste the same?
It definitely stood out. We had the 3 barrels we sampled, and it stood out as the best by far. And the other 2 were probably Heaven Hill barrels, and it was their own. So the barrel is only number like 2,000 or something. The barrel number was. So yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have the budget to get 3 sets of headphones, so they can't hear what you're saying right now.
Okay.
But he had a pick from Lux Row that was not Heaven Hill. It was actually their own distillate. Really? Yeah, okay. One of the first ones, right? So he said it was good. Yeah. He said it stood out, but it's good. Yeah. So, all right, buddy. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. If you guys aren't subscribed to Prescription Bourbon, go do so. Great dude.
All right.
Stuff. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yep. Catch you later.
All right. Bye. Later. I love getting callers. I feel so high tech. Feels so high tech.
It's definitely a fancy new world when you get callers.
I know. I mean, I have to put my cell phone out there, but I'm gonna have to. I have to figure that out. Get an 800 number.
Track phone. Get you a track.
Google Voice. All right. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, Matt's going live. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Does he always go live Friday? Yeah, I guess he does, doesn't he? He does go live Friday. I was thinking it was Saturday.
I was gonna say, I feel like we screwed it. We should have done the other rye before we went in the Bardstown.
Now we're.
What's the proof on this?
Oh God, I know it's more. Actually, no, it's less. 56.5, so it'd be 112ish, 113.
So Matt, your blend's good. I like it. You guys like it?
I do.
Yeah,
I do like it a lot. It's got a really good sweetness to it. Now, having destroyed our palates with ryes,
right?
Saying it's a rye, it's hard for me to pull that out right now.
I'm curious, what was the price on that? I'm afraid to know.
I am too. Because how many bottles did they actually produce?
I have no idea.
I haven't even.
idea.
So
170.
I would say I haven't even seen the
What'd you
secondary.
say? Oh,
170 is your bottle number.
Okay.
So there's at least 170 bottles.
Okay.
I'm assuming Patreon members and whatnot got those.
Well,
yeah,
it was from what I remember, and Lance, maybe you could correct me on this. When they were advertising what you won, it was not only like a release to you, it was a wide release where they would sell it at the distillery.
Right.
Am I remembering that correct?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's not only what they gave to Matt to distribute, around to his friends and people he relates with.
Yep.
But there's also some that got sold to the general public.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's got to be a decent sized blend.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the world's top whiskey taster. So.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, right. What a cool experience, though. I'm super proud of him. Super excited for him to be able to do that. That's the coolest thing ever. From coming from where Matt came. I don't even know if he was. He's such an introverted guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, when you meet him, and so for him to do a whiskey channel like that and step out of his comfort zone and do all these things that he's done, it's really amazing.
There's so much comedic humor that's involved in what he's doing beyond the level of information you're actually getting from him.
He's so original.
He found the niche.
He did. Yeah. I tell everybody, I'm like, I am not original. I'm just me. I'm not that exciting, but if you like my tasting notes, that's what they are. I wish I was as creative and as funny as Matt.
Yeah.
He's hysterical. I love the guy.
So
this smells like a 95.5, is it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yep.
Yeah, it smells like it.
Background on this.
There's so much rye to it.
This is again a William Francis pick. He sought after same type of mash bill. If you have been on the secondary market, like the black market, we should say you've seen there's been a hardcore toast 1, a hardcore toast 2. He decided to go with a different distillery for his third batch, for Redline Distillery. For the third one, he found a great mash bill.
What did you say?
So this is Hardcore Toast 3 Redline. I wish I had more information out of you, but it's one of those implicit trust things where, hey, I know you do good picks, so I'm just buying them.
You said it's toasted.
Yeah.
You can tell. I can tell.
Yep.
It's not. This is the first. I think this is the first 95.5 rye I've had toasted. Very interesting.
It's got that, not quite marshmallow, but
it's
got that.
It's like
fire sweetness.
Yeah,
you have that little smokiness to it.
Yep. The smokiness in this almost turns to Sharpie.
Yep.
But it doesn't get there. It's close though.
It's dry
Yeah.
erase.
It's close.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. But a couple of buddies who are rye fans, they always tell me, like, you got to bring this ball around. Like, this is a solid, like, this would be a fall rye.
Yeah, I could see that for
Drink
sure.
it around a fire.
Yeah.
Like, you'll warm up.
Going from the rye to Matt's, suddenly I get peanuts.
Really?
Oh, I could. Well, where'd I put Matt's? I think that's Matt's.
I don't know if that's power of suggestion, but
Oh, very nutty now.
it suddenly gets nutty.
Very nutty now. That's. Oh. Yep. I didn't pick up much nuttiness before. It was more cinnamon, fruit.
Well, and
Yeah.
But now it's
nutty,
nutty.
I mean, I always lean towards that
Jim Beam.
you know.
Yeah.
I've right now, on my daily drinker is a bottle of Old Tub, which is just hot peanut.
That's
water.
hot. Yeah, it really
Peanut
is.
water,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. My wife just got home from driving the Jeep Gladiator for the first time at night with the doors and everything off. So she didn't wreck it, did you? You pulled it in the garage? Oh, Jesus. Okay. That scares me. That scares me a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny. I've actually got Jeep tattooed on my chest.
Oh, are you
I'm
a Jeep fan?
I'm a big Jeep
Are
guy.
you really?
But I've never actually driven a Jeep where the doors meant to come off, because all my friends are that were Jeep guys were big time off roaders. So we took things like Jeep Cherokees and built them up.
Nice.
And then we took the doors off those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a completely different.
Completely
experience.
different. Yeah.
But I'm a big time Jeep guy, and actually it's funny. I've got it tattooed on my chest because
I didn't know that. Huh.
when I was a youth, I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I was being irresponsible. I unfortunately rolled it. I rolled it 9 times. And
wow.
The only reason I'm still alive is because the Jeep Grand Cherokee is
pretty safe.
It's the B pillar has a roll bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
It's fine.
Built into it.
Tim's also giant. He was actually bigger than the Jeep Cherokee even at that time.
That's exactly right.
So funny story. Of every single window in that car, the only one that wasn't broken was the sunroof. And
how in the world?
Call it the Lord above's luck. You could actually see a handprint where my hand hit the sunroof.
Oh, your hand would have been destroyed.
Well, not braced it, but just the fact that it didn't break and my hand hit it. My hand would have been absolutely destroyed. I mean, it would have been.
You see ATVs turn over all the time, where people reach out and grab the side and they just crush their hands.
So it's funny in my industry. Forklifts are a big thing.
Oh, sure.
We deal with heavy machinery, and that you always see the training videos where
because this will be what gets us kicked off of YouTube right now. So we'll put that back to that.
No, we're not. I'm not. This isn't monetized. We can do whatever we want.
So
we'll just leave that figure then. Everyone can enjoy this.
If bourbon junkies haven't been demonetized, I'm not getting demonetized. We got a long way to go.
We just got to start talking about the fire sticks, right?
Yeah, can't talk about the fire sticks.
Oh man.
Oh, Tim said, "Cheers to your awesome wife, Lance." Thanks, buddy. She's doing really good right now. Really good.
Drove the Jeep like a champ.
Drove the Jeep. Apparently didn't crash it or run over the doors on the garage floor. So that's good.
Are you a new Jeep owner then?
Yeah. It's we're pretty excited about it. My wife's always wanted a Jeep, and I just wanted a truck again.
Yeah.
And so that was like the perfect combo. And we got a great deal. We got it under MSRP.
These days, that's incredible.
It was incredible. And we sold. We had my daughter. We had an electric car that we bought 3 years ago, and it had like 50,000 miles on it. And we sold it for $2,000 more than we bought it for 3 years ago.
Wow.
So it was like, we just put all that towards the Jeep, and it's great.
Tesla or a Volt?
It was actually so Chrysler with their Fiat brand, in order to meet California regulations, made a Fiat 500, an electric version. It had nothing to do with the interior. That Bosch, they sourced it out to Bosch, which Chrysler and generally like Fiat's horrible. Like I would never buy a Fiat, but Bosch makes good stuff. So it only had 13 moving parts in it. It was like a glorified golf cart. Our electric bill went up $12 a month, and my kids used it to go to school and back. And it was fantastic. They couldn't run away. It only charged up to like 120 miles.
Okay.
And it was the best commuter car. So a guy, actually a car dealer, came and bought it, paid us cash for it, $2,000 over what it was worth. And I was like, he didn't even drive it. I was like, you don't want to test drive this? He's like, I'll sell this to somebody in Urbana in seconds. Urbana is a hippie town, for those that don't know.
Hey, I live in Urbana. Come on now.
Yeah. So he's like, we'll sell this in Urbana. No problem. It's like, all right. He bought it, and it was the easiest. I mean, I had sold that car, bought a new car in 12 hours. It was.
And I was going to
crazy.
say, any viewers come to Champaign, Urbana, come have a drink with Lance, Tim, and I.
Hell yeah.
Hook you up good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Yeah. You guys are.
Absolutely.
anybody that
visit
comes.
the Bourbon Basement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although Tim qualifies as Ogden, Illinois.
Yeah, I'm a little out of town. Actually, my neighbors are cornfields, so
This is good.
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
is
it was
great drinkable rye. Like,
it's a winter drink for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Some of those 95.5 ryes from MGP, I get
Mhm.
that dilliness, and
Yeah,
I'm getting that in this,
yeah.
but it's not
overpowering.
Yeah, it's not overpowering, I think, because of the toasting.
Yeah.
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 But that dry erase is like
It's right there.
it's right there.
Now that you say that, now it's like in the back of my head. It's like one of those
I think if they
not
would
the Matrix, but it's like it's
Yeah.
spreading.
yeah. I think if they would have kept it in the barrel another month, they'd be ruined.
Yeah.
Mike's
But-
just having core memories of being a teacher right now.
I know.
Anything else you guys want to try before we end the stream?
No, I mean, I've still got a little bit of a pour of
Okay,
Matt's,
of
and
Matt's?
It's
Yeah.
on the. I mean, it's
I
a
mean,
bourbon.
I
or
would
it's a
feel like if
Rye.
we're gonna do anything, find us another rye that maybe we can compare stuff to. I mean,
Another rye.
that would be my
Oh,
only-
you want to do Willits and Wolves batch 2?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good
we
one.
haven't had that yet.
So
Have-
I had batch 1.
Yeah, I had
and
batch
Yeah.
1.
Batch 1 was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do the batch 2. Oh, you guys want
We
pretzels? Or you
always
good?
need pretzels.
Pretzels are
Yeah, yeah.
always needed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you can give them to Mike.
Touch anything. I'll get some napkins for you guys.
Since we're drinking so much MGP, I've also got that Blonde Brothers finished in Madeira.
Ooh,
If you've ever had that, have you ever had that?
I've only had the.
I know you
regular-
guys got to get home tonight. So
I know.
too many samples, but
Thank you.
Yeah. So Willit and Wolves, that was another one where I am kind of kicking myself because it was when I come across things that I'm not super familiar with, it's hard for me to shell out the bucks for.
yeah,
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
and again, shouting out to Ray. Ray offered me Willit and Wolves, probably a year ago for batch 1, and I turned it down in favor of Wild Turkey Master's Keep.
1.
1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
What'd you think of 1?
1 is a very good bourbon if it was $60 to $100.
I'm right there with
It's
you.
right. It's very, very good.
If it was
Turkey.
Russell's Reserve toasted
Yep.
Absolutely.
money, yeah.
Also, indirect roll gold. Let's sponsor this chat because we just got full on.
There you go. I don't have
Let's
enough
stay
enough
here.
subs to get sponsored.
Oh, it's fine.
Actually, I
You
do
know-
have something
you know-
coming out.
One intern somewhere loves bourbon is watching your feed.
Yeah. So check this out. I do have one thing. This is my first probably sponsored, but I haven't even announced this, so I'm not going to tell you guys where to go buy these yet.
Okay.
But so this is at first I wasn't so sure about this, but this is a kit they're doing. I think it's great for people just getting into bourbon
Mhm.
for blind tastings. So they've
Okay.
got the quality is what kind of amazed me. So
Does it come with somebody else to pour them for you?
it does not do that. But it comes with like little labels, a pencil. It comes with like a podium. It comes with these like sheets where you can
Oh,
write
yeah,
your
yeah,
tasting
yeah.
notes. A podium for what's your first, second, and third. And then
Let's just start this now. Yeah, it comes with sheets. You can.
and then little tasting
Yeah.
glasses where there's no sticker. It's
Oh, yeah.
I mean it's like
Yeah.
painted
The
on so you
ABC.
can't see through it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good quality though.
And it's such a unique because when you start getting into bourbon, or even just getting into whiskey, that's not something that you the first thing you think of as
No.
being I want to taste these different ones and I want to
Yeah.
test myself. It's not even about testing yourself. It's about I want to understand the differences between A, B, and C.
Right.
And that's a very unique kit. That's actually a really cool thing to be on the ground level of because that's not something I've seen before.
Yeah.
I've not seen a one piece tasting kit. Now it would be great if it came with a butler that poured them. For
Yeah,
you.
that would
Actually.
be. That would be. So it comes with these little things. I can't remember what our subscribers are going to get a discount code, which I'll shoot a video next week and then it'll be on there. But I think it's like $40-50 for the tasting kit. So you get
Yeah.
three glasses, 3 little mini Glens. And then they also have a 6 kit, which comes in like this briefcase that you can take to bottle shares, which I think is really
Okay.
cool. So this guy named Chris contacted me. He owns a lot of businesses, but he's into bourbon. Super nice guy. I've had companies reach out and want to do sponsorships, and I just don't get a good feeling from him. This guy spent an hour on the phone with me. I got to talk through it, and I really trust the guy. I think it's going to be a good thing. So it'll be fun. So I'll get you guys all that stuff on a different video. I don't want to do it on this, but that's coming. So first company I've worked with on the channel. So it's pretty cool.
That is what we like to call something to look forward to.
I think it'll be the best for Christmas gifts for people getting into bourbon. I think that would be a cool $40, $50 gift for somebody getting into bourbon. So that'd be pretty cool.
I was gonna say same thing. So years ago, I was 21. I loved Keystone Light. I loved drinking, like literally. So years ago, it was give me that Willit pot still, give me that Eagle Rare. It's readily available. That's what's out there.
Yeah,
I'm mixing with Diet Coke, whatever. And you know, and every year we did a drinks giving at my friend's house, and we would always buy a bottle that was over $80, and we would bring it to my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought a Booker's.
Nice.
My friend bought her Baker's.
Okay.
And both of them tasted like jet fuel at the time. So when we talk about
makes sense, yeah.
When we talk about like your taste buds maturing, it takes time.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're saying. Like you've got to like gradually step your toes in those water, because if you try to go to like barrel proof, you're like, oh man, this guy said that this is the best tasting thing ever, and you try to like run into like Elijah Craig barrel proof 132.
And if you're watching whiskey tubers, they all love that, and very few clarify that, hey, if you're beginning of your bourbon journey, you're gonna hate this.
You got to start at that 90, 100 proof.
It's
get those flavors down with your taste buds.
So I got 2 things to say on that. So one, literally today, a friend of mine is actually in the bourbon group for my local community. He texted me. He said he's got a friend that has been stuck on Basil Hayden's.
Basil Hayden.
And they're looking to, they really like Basil Hayden's. They think they really like bourbon, and they're wondering what they can go to. And my buddy, you know, he's a whiskey head. He's had George T. Stagg. He's had heavy bourbons. He's thinking, well, I'm thinking this is him. I'm thinking a Henry McKenna or a something Bottle and Bond. And I'm like, take a step back. The guy is stuck on 80 proof Basil Hayden's. You want to step him up to a Bottle and Bond 100 proof. You might turn him off.
That's got a lot of oak.
You know, start with an Eagle Rare. Or start with a Buffalo Trace. Start with something lower proof where you're starting to introduce the flavors. But the other thing I want to say on that is, Lance, do you have any core memories with bourbons that today would be completely unobtainable, but back in the day were nothing, and you just remember drinking them?
Well, that's what I said. Like Eagle Rare, I feel like in different parts of the country, you can't get them.
Eagle Rare was one of the first bourbons I had, and I just like you, I had the experience. My buddy brought it out at Christmas. He brought a Lot B, and he wasted it on me. And Eagle Rare, and can't remember the third bottle we tasted. But Eagle Rare, I remember commenting to him. I was like, this tastes like hot, fiery cinnamon. I don't like it. And I liked Lot B because it was smooth, you know, but that as a new bourbon drinker, that's what you equate good bourbon with. As long as it doesn't fight you and squeeze the shit out of your chest, it's good. You can't taste anything when you're getting into bourbon.
My story always revolves. So I went to college from 2007 to 2011. And my third year, so we're talking 2010, we had the party house. I mean, we were all football players. You know, we had the party. We lived off campus, and we had one guy. He was one of our receivers, and he was
not yet.
He was he was a return to football kind of guy. He played when he was younger, dropped out of college, started a business, and decided to come back and play. So he had money. And one party night, he decided he wanted to get a fancy bottle and just have a good time. and I remember that bottle. I remember
is
it was
it?
called George something.
Oh no, not
Oh,
George T. Stagg.
no.
So this was a 2010 George T. Stagg that we were passing around a party, taking chugs out of because it was so hot. It was so unpalatable.
Just
And now I think about it, it's like, man, if I had a
Oh.
2010
Oh.
GTS these days.
you know what I passed up on the shelf? Booker's Rye.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Booker's Rye. I saw Booker's Rye right when I was getting into bourbon, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not paying that much." I don't remember what it was, $200, $250, something like that. And then I went back to work and searched it, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
should not have.
I went back and it was gone.
Yeah.
And it's the that's one of the most that's my
Yeah.
biggest. This smells
So-
good. If you like this is for those that don't know, this Wolves Willit collaboration is a blend of Willit rye and MGP 95.5 rye. But this one is at cask strength, so we're at 57.35%. And I love it.
So I was gonna say, back in the day, one of my best friends moved out to right next to the Bowman Distillery, so he was able to get whatever they pushed out. Like at the time, he was like, "Okay, whatever." He's like, "Oh, you want an Eagle 17? Okay, they have a whole bunch of it here. Like whatever." So, and he would even sign up at all the places. So I tasted Eagle 17 on the reg, like when I was 21, 22, 23. Didn't think anything of it. And now looking back on it, it's like, damn, I wish I had that bottle. And like, we were just like young, like, oh, let's pass this around the thing, like chug the crap out of it. It's like, why did we do that?
Literally a party where apple bottom jeans is just blaring.
Exactly.
And you're
right?
you're just handing some defensive back on your team this bottle of whiskey so they can ucky face it, and you're like, God damn, I
Don't spit that out, you son of a.
Tim, you do need to come down south.
Absolutely,
and
Tim.
you
Yes.
should come down south for Whiskey Mash September 10th.
Yep.
We're opening Michter's 20,
Thank you so much.
Heaven Hill 17,
Thank you so much. So
the whole Pappy line.
Oh.
It's gonna be a good time. We got 40 distilleries coming, live music, food trucks. It's gonna be a good time. If you want tickets, let me know. I'll get you the link. What were you gonna say?
I hate you so much, Lance, because I've committed so much to being an Illini fan. I'm tailgating that morning.
Yeah, there's a game
Can't
that
do
day,
it.
right? Yeah.
I can't do it. My dad is a diehard fan. I'm gonna celebrate with him. I love him to death. We're doing it.
We've got I think like 12 Patreon members coming down. Like,
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, they're so it's gonna be fun. But
is Ed Bell gonna be there?
Ed Bell is not gonna be there.
He was a
Ben-
good time.
Yeah, Ed
He
Bell
was-
is a great time.
He was a great
He
time.
is a
I don't know
great
if he's
time.
on right now, but I remember hanging out with Ed Bell, and I don't remember, was it you that I was with that when after we lost World Top Whiskey Taster, we walk up to the bar and say, "I want the Discovery
Yeah.
6 neat."
Yeah, that was us.
And they were like, we can't do that. And then somebody whispered they were contestants.
Yeah,
And suddenly 2 Discovery 6 neats just
yeah.
showed up in our hands.
Ed Bell, you guys probably didn't see the episode. We had a Patreon meetup in Kentucky. We rented this freaking great place.
I saw the pictures. I didn't
Okay,
get to
you didn't
it
see the
live or
vlog?
anything, but
The
I saw
vlog is
pictures.
hilarious because
Beautiful fucking
at
place.
the end, I think I almost lost Ed Bell as a friend. I didn't record very much during the thing because I wanted to spend time with the guys. But the moments I caught were amazing. And at one point, Ed Bell is racked. And we convince
Welcome to
him.
the club, man. Sorry.
We convince him to do Booker's titties, and he's got
Oh,
Booker's
no.
bottles, and it is the funniest thing. And I'm pretty sure he almost unfriended me,
man.
but I was like, "We're putting it in."
You know, one of the funniest pictures that I've got in my whiskey tube life is from that event, and it's you, me, I think Ed Bell's in it, another
Yep.
guy, and then
Hood Sommelier.
the Hood Sommelier.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. You see me, who my head is cut off in the frame.
We're all this short.
And then
Yeah.
Jack is all the way on the other side, and he's all 5'4" of
Yeah,
himself. It's just
he's tiny.
Dude,
He's
and by the
tiny.
way, for those of you who don't know, Jack, hell of a palate.
Oh my
Really
God,
good
that
palate.
man-
even
Yeah.
more of amazing guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, really good
He
guy.
took
Wow.
second from me.
Yeah,
Jack
Yeah.
took second from me.
yeah. Everyone there was good. Well, there was
Yeah.
one girl that didn't do so hot.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
that was the token. We gotta throw somebody else in.
Yeah,
she was a cool person.
She was.
And she knew a little
Well,
bit about a
yeah.
whiskey.
I feel like
but-
she wore pajamas to that. Isn't that like it was one of those? Hey, what am I doing here? All right.
And what was it? Boozer. He
Oh,
was
yeah. Yeah.
Cole? Yeah.
Cole Boozer. He knew his stuff.
yeah,
But it was one of those where I feel like he's the kind of guy that overanalyzed
yeah, for sure.
everything.
Probably second
Whereas, like,
guessed
he
himself.
knew too much
Yeah.
about, and he was second guessing.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
man,
Uh-huh.
if you just trusted your gut, you probably would have beat us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cole still like I got his number. Like he still talks to me every once. in a
Oh,
while.
does he? Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Cool. I
Yeah.
thought he's on. He follows me on Instagram, and I'll
Yeah,
see him comment every once in a while.
Okay.
He doesn't come up Champagne area very much,
Uh-huh.
but like
Oh,
he's
when he
like-
does, we should all get together.
Yeah. Well, his wife's a lawyer that probably makes 10 times
Yeah.
what all
Yeah.
of us make combined.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, my
That's-
wife is now my sugar mama, so just, yeah.
So note to self: if you want to become a bourbon junkie, quote unquote,
marry a lawyer.
Marry-
yeah, marry that lawyer.
Or a director.
Tim and I are struggling right here.
Hey, Continental takes care of me, but
Oh, Tim
So-
said batch 2. I think he's saying batch 2 is on the shelf. 2 or 3 of them. Damn. It's expensive, man. I can't remember what I paid
Yeah,
for
it
batch
was-
2.
So what was it? It was like
batch
two-
one was 220 when I turned
well,
it down.
no, collective guy posted that. Like it was like 300 or it was 270.
Collective guy, you mean
Collective guy. You mean Samir?
He should not be named.
I'll use his name. Fuck that guy.
We will not name the unnamed guy.
I'll use his name.
Fuck that guy. I used to love that guy's store because shit was available, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
You blacklist me on Facebook, pass.
You've
Uh,
unfriended me and everything.
I'll have to, you want me, if you guys want me to edit this later, let me know,
No,
but I
no,
don't
it's
care.
fine.
No, I don't. You can know that
Yeah.
I used to spend about $100 a month at his store. That's not going to happen
Yeah,
anymore.
no, I'm done with that guy.
I'm done with that.
Yeah.
no.
I hope he's watching.
Perfect.
And then as we say that,
That's-
hey Ray, go to Harvest Market, and actually, I would even say go to Sunsinger.
Yeah.
It's a great place in
Yeah.
Champaign.
No,
There's
so-
a couple great places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the secret of whiskey that I will share with everyone that does not hurt anybody is talk to your grocery stores.
Yeah,
Even
Mhm.
not every store has a Ray. Ray
the Meyer-
Ray is the holy
yeah.
grail of grocery stores.
yeah, I would say
But-
that. Yeah,
But
But
you
your
got to realize
Meijer-
your Kroger. Now this is state depending because some grocery stores don't. But if your major grocery stores sell liquor, you got to realize they sell so much Jack Daniels and Screwball and vodka and Tito's, and that they get access to allocated bottles that, in most times, the person that is taking care of their ordering doesn't necessarily understand the whiskey game.
or
Right.
they don't even know that. Like, oh my god, I got a Weller single barrel. I'm just gonna say if a guy comes in and asks for it, I'm gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like, was it the like? So we have Schnooks in the area.
Yep.
However,
Schnooks-
I will say that like our Schnooks will say most of our bottles go to Southern Illinois because that's where most of the Schnooks are. That's where they do most of the
Yep.
business. So it's wherever most of them are. And I know that
I found a few Blanton's bottles just sitting on the shelf
Yeah.
of Schnooks
Bland's at Schnooks
for MSRP.
And there's Meyer.
Schnooks,
Yep.
last year had a
Kroger's.
giant Weller drop. They got one
Yeah.
CYPB. They got 4 or 5
Did they
Weller
really?
12s,
Whoop, whoop.
Like,
Did they put them on the shelf?
no.
Oh, I was gonna
they
say,
didn't put
wow.
them on the
Yeah.
shelf.
Yeah.
Oh
But
no, they did put Weller 12s on the shelf.
12s went on the shelf.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
In
Wow.
the locked little cabinet that
Yep.
you always walk into whenever you
Yep.
see that in the grocery store.
Yep. I
But
bet
it's
some
like,
people
you
shit
got to
their
understand,
pants.
it's like you start making friends with these people that are in procurement or shipping and receiving. They're the ones that talk to the distributors. That
Mhm.
if you start talking to them and you say, "Hey, this is a bottle I'm looking for," they may say to the distributor, "Hey, I've got a customer looking for this," and they're like, "Well, you sold 1,700 bottles of Jack Daniels,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
sure."
You
Yeah.
get that.
Tim said, "What time does it start?" I think he's talking about Whiskey Mash. I believe it's 5 to 9 on September 10th. Patreon is going to be there the day before. and we're gonna go out to dinner at Firefly, and then Saturday, we'll probably be there. I mean, there's a bar area in the back,
I feel like
and
Brandon.
so we're probably gonna do a bottle share. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey
what we
Lance,
can do.
in the back of what? Where is Whiskey Mash at? Let's tell these subscribers.
A1 in Effingham,
Effingham,
Highway
Illinois.
33.
Highway 33.
Highway 33. Store.
Also, I'm really ticked off. I can't join this year.
Have you guys seen you haven't seen what Narav's done, have you?
No, oh no,
I've
I saw the
never-
whiskey list.
No.
I am
Have you
so
seen the
ticked.
edition?
Wait, what?
The whole outside edition he covered
For 33? The Highway
for 33.
Okay.
I'm gonna admit it now. I've never actually been to Highway.
Highway 33.
I've
Oh, it's
only
beautiful.
been to.
I
OG.
gambled there.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. We can gamble. We can drink. You can buy bottles. What do you want to do? I'll be there with you.
We need to go. We need to go.
We should. Let's
So
make a
he
trip down there.
enclosed the outside has like an amphitheater, little bitty amphitheater, but he enclosed that. He's got beer taps, bathrooms out there
Oh,
now,
wow.
food trucks.
Okay.
Spent $500,000 on this renovation. It's awesome. It's all enclosed, so weather doesn't matter. It'll be a great.
And
great
he
night.
gets great musicians. And I was gonna say the food that I've had from there has been
with the barbecue.
yeah,
The
any
barbecue's good.
barbecue.
Yeah.
mwah.
Yeah.
And I know the barbecue place is like, oh well, this is bullshit because we had to pay too much for pork this week, so we're just gonna overdo chicken.
Yeah.
But then they lower the cost, or
Yeah.
they'll be like, hey, this is what we're doing.
Tim said the Chicago event had disco pours for days. Yeah,
Oh.
it did. The Bardstown.
I'm gonna apologize. You saw me passed out, Tim. If you were one of the guys that saw me pass out outside,
All right.
thanks for taking care of me.
So funny story. So
It's not a funny story.
after it's a pretty funny story.
No,
So after the event happened, I'm bummed I didn't win. I'm still kind of piddling around. I'm having drinks with Lance. It was a good time, and I start to look up and realize, wait, where's Mike? Mike's not here. So I start calling him, and it rings once. He answers.
There's no answer.
And he didn't say anything. So I text him, and I get like a 2-letter response that means nothing.
Bah.
So I'm like, oh crap, where's Mike at? So I'm checking the balconies, I'm checking the bar, I'm checking everywhere. I cannot find Mike. So I go to everybody. I think Ed and Lance were kind of chilling there. I think your wife was there still too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys, I want to keep chilling, but I got to go find Mike. I can't find him. I walk out of the bar, and this was a very well planned event. There was a lot of seating.
Yeah.
I walk out of the bar, I walk around a corner, and there's a couch there. There's a guy sitting there drunk, and then there's Mike, completely passed out. Completely passed out. I'm like, oh crap. Mike, we gotta go. And he's like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't fine. But,
It wasn't fine. The next morning, tough.
no,
No,
we're not even done yet.
Okay.
Because I help him up. I
That's
help
bad.
him stumble to the elevator.
Tim, I wasn't gonna rat you out. I wasn't gonna say your name. he said I wasn't gonna rat you out. Let's see how long it takes for these guys to see this comment.
No.
I was taken care of. Yeah.
Oh, was Tim the guy that took care of me? Tim, God bless
So-
you. God bless you. I owe you whatever for you want. I got a sample bottle. Next time we meet.
Somebody got Tim home. I'm not sure who, but somebody got
Well,
Tim
not
home.
Tim. It was me.
It's you.
It was me.
So yeah. So we get on the elevator, and it was not. I mean,
So Tim Evans.
the hotel was located
Told
In
you.
the place.
Told you he's a good dude.
at but it was not quite at this. There was still a walk. So we
man.
get on the elevator. Mike stumbles into the emergency call button. So we get to the floor, and it's beeping at us, going, "What is your emergency? Hello." And I'm like, "No, there's no emergency." Well, somebody pushed the I'm like, "Oh God, you're a real person." I'm like, "Mike, we gotta go."
Bourbon Neophyte, evening, you magnificent whiskey people. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Tim Evans is laughing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good night,
Yeah.
man. That was a good
So,
night.
I mean, hey, if you're doing Disco 6 for free, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
yeah.
going for
What are you
it.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? What do you guys think of this?
And
I can't get over
especially
the
when my
nose.
friend
That is a
doesn't win,
great
I'm
nose.
the no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I want to not like it because it's so expensive, but
Yeah.
it's like
The
a
price-
really good blend. It's got
the price point is what gets me.
yeah, but that Willit footprint is there, and it's really nice.
Yes.
It's really nice.
I actually just picked up. So
Narav said, I just texted. Narav said, "What I miss." Well,
literally everything, Narav.
well, Narav, what's up, buddy?
Narav, I used to stop by weekly and pick up early times, and then it disappeared. Help me out, brother. Help me
He's
out.
had it lately,
Yeah.
or well, months ago, a couple months ago. I saw.
Regardless,
ton.
Rob, just save us early times bib. I think that's the collective.
Oh, he
thing.
sent me. Oh shit, he sent me some.
And he just has case upon case in the back.
Dude, look at the pictures. This is the inside of the of
We won't
A1.
show that.
No, we can show it. I'm sure.
Oh,
That's the outside
wow.
area that he enclosed. Yeah, Narav, we were just talking about it.
We're drinking whiskey there.
Dude, the whiskey mash is gonna be all right. I'm gonna try to text this. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna show these pictures.
Sorry.
You're fine.
What do you think about the Willit?
It's better than one.
It's
One?
better. It's better than
That was
C
gonna be my
and
question.
D,
Yeah.
That was gonna be my question.
but I would take E and F over it.
You
Yeah.
would? Interesting. I don't know. I would. Yeah, I don't. It's close.
F definitely.
F definitely.
F
I agree with that.
definitely. E is a toss up.
Yep. F definitely.
D and Willit
Whoa,
are
shit.
same level
See,
for me.
Yeah,
I don't have
I
any
was about
F
to say
left.
like D and Willit. No thanks. Like that's where we're at. Like if I got those
I
two,
got plenty of F for you right here.
I don't want to drink all your F, man. I feel bad.
Oh, you did get the F. What the fuck did I
No,
get then?
no, I
D?
got you got F. I'm just giving away your bottle
You
because
son of a bitch. You
Oh, it's not yours. It's his.
no, D is mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Oh,
was
the
saying,
F is yours.
I know I got a C, and that's one of those where it's like between us.
First of all, whiskey's meant to be shared.
It is.
That's
I'm
true.
having
That's
a better
true.
time with whiskey than I've had in months.
Yeah.
Chilling with you, Lance. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
dude, guys.
Absolutely.
Cheers, man. I'm
Absolutely.
so glad you guys came
Yeah.
over.
Mike's bottle is for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those where
No, I like you.
I got 2 bottles. Let's do it.
All right. 7. Oh, Narav A1's got a 1792 bottled and bond coming soon.
So
Ooh,
Narav,
dibs?
Narav,
Can we just call
A1
dibs?
A1 has a 1792 bottle and bond for the Bourbon Basement.
Yeah.
All
Dibs.
right, let me. You guys keep talking. Let me get this picture up for Narav here.
Yeah. So
What? Oh yeah. Go
Yeah,
right around the
so-
corner to your right.
Effingham.
Ask Renee if she's over.
If you ever want to come to an Illinois football game, it's about an hour and a half away. But some great stores along the way, some local places. We don't actually have in Central Illinois, I feel like, any major brand names. So like usually when you hear Illinois, you hear Benny's. Like if it's not Benny's, it's not worth it. Chicago style. We have one in Champaign, we have one in Springfield, we have one in Bloomington. So beyond that though, like go to your local like restaurants, go to your local grocery stores, find them.
Getting my
And
bourbons my ryes mixed up here.
right?
Yep, but yeah, obviously visit your local stores. So Narav just sent me these pictures for you guys going to Whiskey Fest. I will show you these.
Narav has some amazing stuff, and I'm so angry that I can't go there.
Let's see.
So I'm a diehard Illinois football fan, and my dad is older, so I'm dedicated. I'm going to the Illinois football game, unfortunately.
You traitor. No,
I'm not a traitor, you
No.
yeah, no. So that's what I actually like texted Lance that I'm like, you're a traitor. No, so yeah, Narav's got some amazing bottles coming in. I wish I could attend that and say hi to everyone that's even looking.
Yeah, it's
So.
going to be an amazing time. So we're doing Whiskey Mash. It's going to be 40 distilleries. We're releasing Elijah Craig barrel proof pick we did during Derby week with Bernie Lubbers. We picked a Deatsville barrel, which isn't always the best, but this one, it's most sought after, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything. But Bernie Lubbers was there on the pick, and it was Narav's birthday. So it's the sticker is amazing. It says birthday bourbon, Narav's birthday bourbon. It looks a lot like the Old Forester birthday bourbon.
So help me understand that, because that's something I'm ignorant to. What is a Deatsville bourbon?
So Deatsville is a site for Heaven Hill that it was Parker Beam's favorite site. So that doesn't necessarily mean all the best barrels come from there, but as far as a Deatsville barrel goes, if you do an Elijah Craig barrel proof pick, it's one of the most sought after picks. So Heaven Hill will hide it. They will not let you. Usually they'll put one Deatsville barrel in there, but they won't tell you which it is. So we went through and you only get 3 picks, 3 barrels. So you're kind of at their mercy. I can't remember which one the Deatsville was. I think it was the first one that we tried, and we all instantly loved it. And didn't like the other 2 as much. Bernie Lubbers, who's the ambassador for Heaven Hill, you know who he is, but some of these people may not. But he was dressed in his Derby garb, like yellow, bright colors, cool glasses. It was crazy, so much fun. And he was like, "This is the most off-profile Elijah Craig barrel that I've had." But it was his favorite also, and that's the one we picked. He didn't tell us which one he liked the best. We just picked.
So that raises a question because of the 130 something bottles that I have in the Bourbon Basement, including B-Tax, including my absolute favorite bottle is 2017's Parker's Heritage 11 year.
Oh,
so do all the Parker's Heritage
come from
barrels
Deatsville? I don't know that.
That'd be something.
Yeah, maybe somebody in the chat knows that. If you do, let us know. I'm not sure.
I haven't had the. I've had a.
And I wish I would have asked that when I went down there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've had
the
an
opportunity to go down there in the Heaven Hill Select Stock that is now out. Delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that. I mean, I had the bottle of
Yeah.
that Parker's Heritage 11 year single barrel. I've had the single Parker's Heritage, but that's all I've had from them. But that Parker's Heritage 11 year single barrel is hands down the best pour of bourbon I have ever had.
Really?
Those Parker's Heritage are so good.
Are you talking about
So good.
the
So-
one that we got?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have to find out if it's Deatsville, if it's a
I
Deatsville
will,
barrel
yeah.
or not.
I mean,
I'm
and
not sure.
I've got like 2 pours left of it in the
Okay.
bottle. Like,
Okay. Now we did another Elijah Craig barrel proof pick a year ago, and the Deatsville barrel was the one we hated. We
Really?
did not like it. And the lady was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That's the Deatsville barrel that we threw out." This one we really loved. It was a lot more honey forward, a lot sweeter. I can't remember what the proof came in at. It was a little lower for Elijah Craig barrel proof. I think it was in the 120s, but I don't remember exactly. But I'm excited to get that one. We're also releasing Driftless Glen Rye that we're donating a lot of the proceeds to cancer because of my everything my wife's going through.
Sure.
And then there's a 3rd bottle we're releasing at the Whiskey Fest. I can't remember what it is. So
Regardless, I will say
sorry.
that I was happy to get the High West,
the
Manhattan.
yeah, the
Dude,
orange.
It literally tastes like a Manhattan.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything to it.
Narav, I meant to Narav, if you're still watching, I had a guy text me today and want to know if you had any more of those.
No, I literally got
I
the
know
last
we're
bottle.
sold out.
No, I got the last
Are you
bottle
sure you
at
did?
133. Unless he had some
He might have had some stock
Yeah.
away.
because that's how they do that.
I had a guy, one of my Patreon members, was like, I bought a case and I'm out of the case. I need
Yeah.
more. I was like, I don't know if we have any more.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I was just upset I didn't get the Stellum with Lance holding his melon.
Have you not tried the one in a melon pick?
I've not tried it.
Oh, we'll try it tonight.
No,
We'll try it
but
tonight.
I will say, like, friends, if you get a store pick, like, at worst, ask them to sample it for you.
Yeah, they'll let you sample
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what's great.
worst case scenario, they say no.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, then I don't.
No,
store pick.
I think Narav has
No,
everything.
yeah,
everything.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though. But like
yeah.
other places around the country,
Oh, yeah.
like they might say, like, Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back because the one time that Narav, it was again. I hate that I don't know his name.
No,
but
it was the rum.
the rum.
Oh,
no, they let me
okay.
sample the rum.
There was
Oh.
so much good rum.
I have it. I
Wow.
have it.
Yeah.
Have you
but
tried our latest rum?
I have
No,
not tried
no,
but at the same
I have
time,
not had the
I
new rum,
hate that I don't remember his name, but he's a longer haired guy that works
Yeah.
for Narav.
Yeah.
He let me try CYPM.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I didn't have he had his name on a bottle. I didn't have my name on a bottle. And
Yeah.
I sat there.
Craft
like,
Your
man,
Perfect Makers was an amazing
I
pick.
wish I would
Amazing
one
have
of the
pick.
had a
best
bottle of
Snickers
that.
picks
Yeah.
I've ever had.
Yeah, it really was. It was really good. So for you guys, here's the pick of what's going on at Narav's, where we're gonna have whiskey mash. It's gonna be pretty sick. So that's the bar area, but this is all outside of the store and the actual bar. He enclosed it all. It's gonna be. I'm so excited about it. Whiskey mash is gonna be off the hook. If you want tickets, just go to whiskeytornado.com. You can click on whiskey mash, and then you'll see everything. Tickets. I think there's a few left. So, but it's getting close to being sold out. So, hold on. You guys chat. Let me see if there's anybody else in the comments here.
Chat, I'm going to whiskeytornado.com to try to buy tickets for the whiskey mash. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, events like that, like that's something that it's been hard for me to adjust to, because you see events like this and you kind of have to wonder, what am I actually going to get out of it? What is it going to be? But in all fairness, any event I've ever been to, whether it's whiskey, whether it's beer, whether it's always a good time. And on top of that, it is always a good time to meet and understand the people that maybe you even interact with.
And I will accept
What's the other one you were wanting to try?
No, I'll go a step further. You need to do the early VIP and or like get in on the good tastings. Like it's worth the extra $40. Like overall,
You want that?
like
I'll trade you
go
samples.
get that.
Oh, just pour some. They don't need some. Just pour some. There's elevator.
Sorry, I'm being distracted right
I've
now.
had elevator. I've got some samples for you.
Okay.
No, so
'Cause, like, I've got
overall, I would say go to the whiskey tasting, do the VIP. Most of the time, the VIPs are where it's at.
Yeah.
Like if you try to get the regular tastings,
mine's number 4.
you don't want that. You
yeah.
will get everything you can get off the shelf. The regular, the grander, yeah. The regular tastings for most of them are what you can get off the shelf at any store. If you get the VIP,
the second one's going to take
that's
you a
where
minute
you
to get
want
a
to
bottle.
go.
I've got a private barrel smoke.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Here's one.
Wait, the other total one.
You've already had the first total one. What do you want?
What'd you just pour?
This is
Dude,
thank you, Mr. Tornado.
Tim just went up the board zone.
No, I gave it to him. I gave it to him.
So again, going back to the fact we started this night tasting Smoke Wagon. I hate to say it, I am a Smoke Wagon fanboy.
Yeah.
Basically everything
Dude,
I've ever had from them is good.
Yep.
And Lance just happened to have Smoke Wagon first 10 barrel number 9, which I have barrel number 4. So I was very anxious to try barrel number 9. So that's what we poured for me.
We give a shout out to anybody.
Yeah.
Who you want to shout out to?
Can.
Give a shout out to
All
anybody.
right. So
We're all
Bahamas
friends.
Boys, Kyle Jordan.
Unless it rhymes with Schmolective 4.
Or
Anyone else you can give a shout out to.
Brandon Cassette, David Huffman, Kyle Jordan. You know where we're at.
No, I'm not talking to Kyle Jordan. He actually.
Oh no, you're the asshole that didn't come to poker night.
just because you like your watermelon flavored
You
makers.
son of a bitch.
No, I'm not
That
talking.
was an hour and a half, or sorry, a
Hey, Willit.
year and a half.
No thanks.
Prank in the making. Fuck them.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not
Should
talking.
I just go like background info? So 2 weeks ago, I had a poker night. I found an FAE 01, amazing taste. And I was like, there is no way.
Let me smell this again.
Yeah.
someone is fucking with me, and my wife confirmed with me.
How long has this prank been on? A
It's
year?
been
A year and a
over a
half.
year.
Year and a half.
Oh my god.
Year and a half. I didn't. If you
What would have
opened
been
the-
funny if he was like, it smells like pickles, and you're like, you're like,
So
all
it
right, your
was
nose
a year
sucks.
and a half in the making, and my buddy's like, "All right." He was like, "That's amazing that it changed that flavor of the." Because we know that once you leave it open, it changes flavor, kind of. It got to the point where both my friend and I bought another FAE01 because that was what the original one was. We're like, oh shit, this tastes like watermelon Jolly Rancher. No, it does not taste like watermelon Jolly Rancher. I will like veto that shit. So I bought another one, did the whole thing, and then he finally admitted, yeah, I refilled it with moonshine.
No, it's
Sorry.
not just moonshine. It is Old Smoky salted watermelon.
And it wasn't this asshole either. It was another one. My best friend from high school.
I just
God
happened to
damn
know
him.
the entire time that it was. And I was sending him the screenshots like, oh, like
And literally,
Oh my
I,
God.
And it
I
smells like watermelon.
and I
like
texted
hardcore
him
watermelon.
the whole time. Like literally, the whole point of the tonight too was like, okay, Lance, I want you to confirm what I'm thinking right now.
I love that you brought it.
Oh man. And it's just
You
like
thought you were
let's-
going
let's
crazy.
Dig that shit deeper in the soul. We'll just dig it in.
I think the best part is that we let it go through.
Oh,
their
it's
maker's
amazing.
night.
That's the best thing. Yeah, that's amazing.
They're sitting there tasting
year and a
FAE01.
half.
They're tasting all these makers picks, and it's like, yeah, we'll just let salted watermelon be like this mystery flavor.
Oh, doing the grander?
Yep.
Yep. It's good stuff, man. That's not the pick you probably had. This is the newest one from A1.
Okay.
This is the one.
Did you get the WLW one?
The tequila?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Uh,
I've got it. I've got it
That's
somewhere.
something like,
So-
I'm Mexican. My last name's Chavez, but
my wife
finished
likes
tequila is not something that I've really gotten
it, but- yeah, that's what
into.
I'm saying.
It's
I like tequila.
yeah.
I enjoy tequila. Tequila is the reason I don't remember most of my wedding night. I remember the wedding. I don't
Yeah.
remember the night. Just to clarify. But
That
I
was
haven't
accent.
gotten into like I've seen these Eagle Rare finish, these WLWs, these Blanton's finish, and it's like I would like to try one, but a lot of times I feel like they're priced out of my market.
Or was that the other one?
This is the one. This is my backup bottle. I have not
Oh.
opened it yet. If you had this was, I think this one's better than that. Look at the color difference.
Is that the
Oh,
first
yeah.
one?
Yes.
So darker.
So just
This is one of the best
Holy
things
cow.
I've ever had in my life.
outside perspective, this is the one that I tried, the unopened one.
Yeah.
That if you would not
Oh.
have told me it was rum,
Yeah.
I would have said
It's
this is
bourbon.
a great bourbon.
Yeah. So I had Jason with Mash and Drum on, and I did a tasting of the seasons. So he didn't know what I was sending him.
Mhm.
I think this was a summer pick because it's rum. And he was like, "What the fuck is that? It is fucking amazing. I want a bottle of that." And he was like, "That's the best bourbon I've ever had in my life." I'm laughing the
You're
whole
like,
time.
"Skirt."
When I told him it was a rum, he's like, "I don't know
Smell
Narav,
that.
but I want to know Narav, and I need a bottle of that." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if he's got any more." So
Smell that. Smell that.
is that the Smoke Wagon?
That's number 9. I hadn't
Number
even
9.
tasted it yet. Just the smell on it,
Is it
the
good?
nose on it.
Yeah.
I need to get you. So it's funny with Smoke Wagon. It is so variable because again, he who shall not be named had a store pick, and that is a very good
Yeah.
store pick.
Is a really good store
It
pick.
is it.
But
I'd love to shit on it, but I can't. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic
Lance,
store pick.
let me tell you this: the store pick I have is a Total Wine and More Las Vegas store pick.
Cotton candy.
It is the only pour I've ever gotten cotton candy on the nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like it better than Schmolective 4?
It makes collective pours look like Evan Williams' bib.
Really?
Hey, everyone's.
Really?
It is it. So
Yeah.
one thing, Collective Pour. He should not be named. It's a very good bourbon, but it's very clearly what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas this Total Wine pick that I'm definitely going to give you a sample of, it is so surprising.
Huh.
It's
The
cotton candy
sweetness.
on the nose. I don't know about on the taste. Like
The
I
taste goes
didn't
back
get
to a more bourbon,
Yeah.
but the nose is just this candy sweetness that I mean, you don't get on even your most.
Oh, I'm excited to try it because that other pick. I mean, if I could shit on it, I would shit on it. But it's top 10 picks that I've had. I love it. It's really good.
I did shit on their Old Forester single barrel pick the other day because I mentioned something about I bet that early times would beat it.
Probably.
So in terms of Eagle Rare though picks, Collective Pours was up there. I will say
Eagle Rare was
Eagle Rare, yeah. So I have probably 12, 13 now at this point. I feel like I'm one of those guys. It's like I know what I like. I'm gonna single in on it. I'm gonna go buy everything I can.
Yeah,
it's Old Forester, Old Forester barrel strength single barrel.
Narav asked the question of the chat.
Narav, what you got for me?
What you got?
See when it pops up here. You guys will laugh.
Wait.
Sorry, Narav. They're watching the TV.
Was it worth 800? No,
it was
stings the nostrils.
Not worth 800.
It stings the nostrils. No.
Narav, I would rather pay you 800 for several cases of early times. Put it that way.
That's why
Narav,
next time you get like 4 cases, Tim will just take one right off your hands, then and there.
Yeah,
sold.
Back of the gap.
I'm tempted to open this. Have you had this?
I haven't had it since I tried it there.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. Background. I could not believe that this was rum.
Yeah.
I thought it was bourbon.
Yeah. Yep. It's so good.
They were like, no, we'll just pour this for you. I'm like, all right, like it's fine.
Yep. What do you think of this?
It's good, but I can still taste the rum.
So this is the weeded.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
and so
wait. Help me understand this. Weeded rum?
It's finished in Weller barrels.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
I was an asshole that back in high school, I got way too drunk on rum.
Oh, and then it's just ruined you.
I never wanted to taste rum
yeah.
ever again. And I know there's people out there like vodka. You're never tasting vodka.
Well, people keep wanting rum to be the next bourbon, and it's not gonna be. But if they were like this first pick Narav did, it would be.
Yes, I would totally agree with
this.
That.
Was like,
oh wow,
dense cream.
Which one is that? The
cream soda.
Is the weeded.
Oh,
yeah, that's the
cream
weeded.
soda. That's exactly what I just got.
Yeah, cream soda. Yeah.
That was one of those where, sorry, peeps, I'm rushing to.
No, that's such a unique. Because like you think cream soda.
You want to taste it? We'll open it. We'll open it.
No, wait. I thought that was the one.
That was the weeded.
I tried the weeded.
We haven't opened this.
No,
do you want this?
So cream soda.
No, wait.
If you want it, we can open it.
No, we won't.
My house is your house, so whatever you guys want.
No, it's not.
I will never make you open a bottle.
Oh, you're not making me. I'm fine opening. There is nothing off limits in my house.
If you do open that for me, then when you visit the basement, nothing's off limits for you. Yeah. And there's some shit that's been off limits for me for a while.
No, it's one of those where like Tim's like,
you
just gotta get me drunk enough.
I drank it all.
Yeah, so that's unopened in the basement right now.
You haven't opened it?
Which one?
What year?
2020.
That's a good year. I think that was the good
CYPB.
year.
Oh yeah.
I did a blind.
I'm trying to finish the vertical.
I blinded. Well, what do you not have? The single barrel?
The single barrel.
Single barrel sucks.
I know.
It does.
I just need.
Okay, so people out there,
I get it. I
just want a WLW. However, it's more for the picture. Like I've tasted it. It's okay. I don't want to pay for that. Same thing with like Weller single barrel. Like I don't really want it anymore. Like
which one?
CYPB. So Weller single barrel is okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
But you have. It all depends on the single barrel that you get.
Yeah, It's just, and it depends on the person. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the newer you are
Absolutely.
into bourbon, the
Yeah.
more you will love that.
However,
Absolutely.
CYPB for the most part has been consistent. I've
Yeah.
had the like 19, 20, and 21. They're all delicious.
I don't think I've had 21.
I've had 20. Like that's what I have. Sorry for people that are like giving me giving Tim the dirty eyes. So
All right,
Really?
Narav, we're getting ready. I've been saving this one. It's my last
Oh, snap.
bottle of the Grander rum. Finished in I think this was Woodford barrels and toasted. 126 proof, 13 years old. One of my favorite bottles ever from A1. We're getting ready to pour. So everybody's got to have a pour of this one.
No, that's gonna be delicious.
no.
I'm sitting there thinking back. Yeah, because again, I'm not a weeder guy.
Go for it, bud.
It was just CYPB was one of the first, and actually, thank you, Ray.
Oh, Jesus.
CYPB was one of the first bottles
So-
that
It's on
This
another
doesn't even
level.
Smell like a rum.
It's on another level.
one of the first bottles that I
Oh,
got
shit.
that was like, oh my God, this is something not a lot of people have.
Yeah.
So I've held on to it. And that's what made me start. Okay, let me try to get this vertical.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
gents.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Some point,
Jesus.
At some point,
It's
it doesn't even
so
smell like rum.
ridiculous.
It doesn't even taste like rum. At
It's
some
so
point.
ridiculous.
So if you ever get great tasters, they'll have a rum. It'll taste like bourbon. Just
The funny thing is, someone
Go do
comes
it.
someone comes to your bar and looks at your bar. This is the last bottle they're picking.
You want to really mess with
Absolutely.
your head? You really want to mess with your head? Smell that?
Yeah.
Now smell this.
which one do you?
Why?
This is first 10.
Oh, is
Ah.
it?
Did you go get one?
He poured
That's
it for me,
wild.
I've still got
It smells.
Smell that. And
Smells
smell this.
close.
Smell that.
Smells close.
Smell this.
No. No.
That's crazy. What's
I
the
just wa-
proof on?
I just wanna
on
throw it
the-
away.
What's the proof on 9? I can't remember.
It's
Uh,
not
I
crazy.
feel like it wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Which barrel proof do you have, by the way? So this is where
God, this
we're
is
just being
like
nosy.
this is like I don't know, chocolatey cream soda
Yeah.
is totally what I get on that. God dang, it's so good. I wish I had a case of that.
I wish I would have been smart enough to buy a case of that.
I bought 2. I
Well,
wish I
and-
would have bought 10.
And even then, though,
God
it's
dang,
one of
it's
those
so good.
where, so my wife is very much a stickler for, I won't do that. So my friends pranked me apparently for a year and a half on this. That will be a different story for another day.
I just knew about it. And then when you were like, I'm going to take my maker's bottles to this poker night, it was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Did you see what Narav said about your 2020?
Don't open 2020. Very bitter taste. 2019 was awesome.
I can't
Good to
remember
know.
which one I loved. I'll have to look back on
Yeah.
my reviews. One of them I did blind. I did the whole Weller line. I had it at one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was ready for CYPB to be the last,
Mhm.
and it was my first. I was so shocked.
It was one of those, I got it and I was like, oh my God, this bottle. I held on to it. And then I think it was not schmolective, but some bar.
God
Oh, it was
damn, that's
Punch.
good stuff.
Punch had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Punch
Had it.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me get a pour of that. And it was a bartender that probably knew her or didn't know it. They
Yeah.
just willy-nilly that boy into a glass. And
Yeah.
but
Well, you're the one that got the last barrel proof on it.
yeah,
So,
I did finish their
God,
their
this gets
batch.
better and better. I mean,
yeah.
it's so good. It's like one of my top pours ever. Like I'm not sharing that with a lot of people.
So my
it's
I
gonna
get
be
that.
I did my honeymoon in Jamaica.
Yeah,
If this is what they were pouring, I'm not sure if I would have come home.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
they struck magic with that bottle. I
Yeah.
think
Now, where's
Grander is
Grander,
Panama
where-
City.
Panama City,
Yep.
Panama City, Florida, or Panama
No,
City, Panama?
Panama City, Panama. Yeah, yeah.
Because Panama City, Florida.
The color is so dark, though, man. It is
Store pick you picked up today. Oh.
sipping on an OWA store pick.
I don't
Nice.
want to. I don't want to talk about OWA store picks because I
Our local Benny said fucked him today.
it wasn't quite fucked him. It was more of sorry, that's a list item, and I will call you if
you spend $1,000 a month here.
No,
Basically.
I've
Tim
spent.
does.
I've
That's the problem.
no comment.
Do you?
Not 1,000.
But-
So I've got goals on how much I want to spend, and it's a couple hundred a month because
Yeah.
So
at the end of the
unofficially,
year-
Lance, I was in there.
Unofficially, we're live on YouTube, by the way.
I was in there. I was in the
unofficially,
Go
very officially.
Club. Yeah, I
But
was
no,
in there on the Go Club. And then Ty Cal.
All smack talk aside, I understand these liquor managers. They've got a lot of people coming to them. They've got a lot of people telling them, "Let me get this, let me get that," blah blah blah. I literally was telling. I experienced that. I went into this Benny's wearing a black polo and got asked by 4 grandmas whether or not they had Blantons in today, and it was, I understand it, but it's like I do try my best to make sure that the whiskey that I get.
So Narav said OWA's list item, just had to buy dinner and tasting. That's true.
Yeah.
He had his OWA picks there, and it was fantastic. Did you have his OWA pick?
Narav,
I could not get down there for that.
Oh, is that
that's actually the story.
Yeah.
I was on the list, and I had a name on the bottle, but I could not make it to Effingham for the
It
dinner.
was the same thing. Like
If you want to taste it, it's right there.
I think I did. I think I already have tasted.
It's
it.
good. It's
a
really
good
good.
pick.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
good
good
pick.
pick. Now I will say, nothing to Narav. The best OWA pick I've ever tasted came from about 40 minutes north, and that was East Side and
no,
Gateway,
south. You mean?
north of Narav.
Yeah, North and Narav. Yeah.
East Side from Charleston. I don't know. They sprinkled some magic on their barrel when they.
Well, when you
And
go
that
do those
was-
picks,
that
they
was
wheel
such a
out
good pick.
3 or 4.
with
That's
4.
it.
Like
Yeah.
we did a Weller full proof, and I think we had 4 barrels to pick from. You're at their mercy, man.
Yeah.
It's like whatever 4 barrels are there, you can pick the best, and you're hoping you got a good one. We did a full proof. I don't know when it's coming out, but it's fantastic. It's really good.
So that's a question I would have for Narav. So a foolproof store pick for A1, is that considered just a monthly store pick you have to buy as part of the club?
Oh, of the club?
Or is that
That's a
an
good
end of the year
question.
allocated bottle?
Yeah.
Because, Narav, I'm not gonna lie. I want to join your group, but my biggest concern boils down to buying 12 store picks and then at the end of the year ending up
You
with
get
a
a Blanton's.
Blanton's.
Yeah.
Where I have 4 Blantons sitting on the shelf right now collecting dust.
I think he gets enough allocation where you're not going to get a Blanton's.
Because Narav, I need a Pappy.
Yeah. We'll see if he answers. I'll post.
I mean, he's posting left and right.
Yeah. No, and I BS about that.
This is so hysterical. Tim Evans posted, actually heard a guy asking for allocated bourbon last week as a brand. That's hilarious.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. My favorite is like, and it's like, I know there's tactics to getting but like when you walk up to the whiskey manager and go, "Hey, you got
What you
anything?
got?"
You got anything hidden in the back?" You're gonna get told no. But if you go, "Hey, I'm looking for Russell's Reserve 13, or I'm looking for Elijah
If you
Craig
look
18.
For the one right below the good one, most of the time they'll be like, "Oh, we actually do have that," and they'll throw a price tag on there that's like believable, not believable.
Tim, so the way the group works is you just have to buy a store pick a month, and then you're in an allocated. Narav will post the allocated. I don't know how he's doing it. By
I feel like
there's only like 200 spots or something in the
there's
group.
200 spots.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, all 200 people ended up with something allocated.
Yeah.
But that was my question. Is like, so I'm cool. Like I will 100% buy an allocated bottle once a month. But my problem is buying an allocated bottle once a month and then ending up with a Weller 12.
Yeah. Well, Rob said I don't think Blanton's is in that group. You get Wellers.
Hey,
but I'm sure
as long as it
there's
wasn't Weller's special reserve.
Yeah,
it's fine.
no, Narav. If it's a single barrel, sold.
so I mean, just knowing Narav and his allocation and the bottles he gets, I don't think people in this group are going to be disappointed at all.
Well, and I'm not gonna lie, Narav, I know I've talked to you at least once, maybe twice. I've definitely visited your store more.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. So like we were talking about earlier, I used to be a salesman for Goodyear. I went south once a week and I stopped in A1 once a week. Now
Restroom, just go out to your right and then down the hallway. It's first door on the right.
Now I'm a desk job guy. So it's like I don't get the chance to go south. Like me going south to Effingham is an event. It's something that's gotta, like, I've got to tell my wife, hey, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna be gone for a couple hours. Like, it's not as easy as it used to be. But I will say your store, it used to be my favorite spot to stop. I mean, I used to pick up the early times. Another one was Old Tub. Old Tub used to not be in Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah, he's got it. I mean,
but then I would go down south and you'd have it down there.
I was just in there and he had Disco 7, Disco Bardstown Ferran.
Yeah, another one. There
Forgate 19.
I don't remember
on the shelf.
I don't remember if it was a store pick or not, but there was a Backbone Wheat.
Yeah, I've got it.
That was a delicious pour. I remember picking that up from down there.
Yep, that is a good pick. Tim, if you said sign me up, so Narav said to let my Patreon members know, and you guys can get in the group. So I'll send you the link. If I don't do that after this live stream, send me a reminder. Since you're a Patreon member, and I will get you in the group. No problem at all.
The whiskey mash, it's outside looking in, it's expensive, but everything that has been told to me as an outsider looking in is making me sit here and go, I think I could pay for that.
Yeah.
The problem is I'd also have to pay for a hotel room.
So yeah, we've got shuttle service, and yeah, it is. When you look at the list of pours available, have you ever been to a Whiskey Fest up in Chicago at Whiskey Advocate?
I have not. So
we're letting VIPs get in an hour early.
Yes.
And you just go from booth to booth and get pour after pour after pour for an hour before everyone else gets in. So you'll get everything. You'll get Michter's 20. You'll get Heaven Hill 17. You'll get everything.
And those are the
old Fitz. Blanton straight from the barrel. All that stuff. You'll get all of it.
It's going to ask you which awesome. Old Fitz you've had. Is that 8?
I've Old Fitz 8. Yeah, it's good. It's
I think that's the one I've had. I've had 8, and I think I had 11.
I had the 17.
I didn't get a chance to try the 17.
It's good. It's really good.
See, that's the thing, and again, it goes back to my pre experiences with whiskey. When you get, because it's like, I've had ultra aged whiskey.
Yep.
I've had Pappy 23 and sat there and go, man, this tastes like oak.
Yep.
I truly believe in the sweet spot of whiskey.
Yep.
8 to 12 years, that's where whiskey's in its prime.
Mm-hmm.
And
you want to try something crazy is the Nashville Barrel Mash and Journey pick.
Really?
It's called the Houdini because it tastes so much older than it is.
Really?
It's so good. It's really good MGP. Scott Barnes. Let's see. He says, I agree about the crap Benny's managers go through. Been shopping at my local for 5 to 6 years and have developed a relationship with most managers, and the stories I hear from them are crazy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no,
man.
I'll be honest. I wish, like, and even the manager, there's a manager that I'm not sure if likes me or not, but whenever I ask him,
hold on, Greg just posted Howdy, y'all. Get into the Smoke Wagon Rye blind yet? Yeah, about 3 hours ago, buddy.
Wait, which one?
And we're done. And
Just go back to the beginning. We
Wait,
started
Greg.
like right on time. So
Greg. So D was mine.
fuck you. You're not touching F.
don't touch
No
F.
one's touching F.
Don't touch F or E. And we loved F, Greg, just so you
Yeah,
know. F was
absolutely.
our favorite.
But no, back to the Benny's managers. Like there's I mean, I feel like I'm in a good standing with all managers, but there's one manager where I'll ask him for things and it seems like every time I get the answer of you're on the list.
Yeah, I know.
But that same manager is the manager that last year called me and said, "Hey, I've got a Blanton's, I've got Larceny B521, and I've got a Weller Foolproof store pick for you." So it's like you're cordial with them. You say, "Hey, I understand." You will get to a level where you will get the good things. Now, you drop 10 grand a month,
right?
Then you don't gotta worry about it. You just tell them what you want.
Whatever you want.
Prescription bourbon. Lance, that Nashville barrel M&J Houdini sample was great indeed. Thanks again. Yeah, he was on we did I had some of the Patreon members on
1792
for our 5,000 live stream celebration.
And honestly, 1792 bib is one of the best things I've ever
It's
seen.
really good.
So
1792 bib is a good one.
It's
and
really
honestly, like I don't know if I'm weird. I hate the foolproof of 1792.
I've got my own reasons for hating
I
foolproof.
hate foolproof 1792.
good. Greg said, "Damn, just put put baby to bed."
I love me some bib 1792. I hate foolproof.
See, and that's 1792. I don't know if it's just what comes out of Barton,
Hate it.
but like small batch 1792 is not great. Don't like it. Bib 1792, fantastic.
Yeah.
Foolproof 1792 tastes good. But one time I was at a wedding and I coughed at the wrong time while drinking and it went down the wrong pipe.
Oh no.
And to this day, cannot drink Foolproof 1792. So Bib is that sweet spot. It's got that banana, not banana Foster, but like.
Oh no, Tim, I'm so sorry. Like literally, it's one of those.
That's your nightmare, right?
Oh god, that's what we were talking about earlier. We're like, if so and so leaves, we're just screwed. Like,
Yeah.
So
now,
if the main manager is leaving and you're best friends with the assistant manager, you're gold.
But
now,
how do you know who the assistant manager is?
Here's an important thing. Like, did you guys know Manish? Manish that ran.
Oh my god, that was the worst thing that happened.
Yeah. So he left. So
he sold to that dude
sold
from Chicago.
everyone.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, I get like making friends with managers and building relationships, all great and good. But when those people leave, like if you don't still follow up with them and say, "Hey, how you doing? Hope everything's good," then you're just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, so I send Manish messages all the time. Like, he can't get me bourbon.
Yeah.
But I send him messages and just ask him how he's doing, hope the family's doing good. And so if you develop those relationships with people, still like if they get out of bourbon, send them messages. Like you weren't in it just for the bourbon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what kind of rubs me the wrong way about developing relationships with people.
With Manish, like,
And he was a great dude.
he was a fantastic.
Yeah.
So I would stop in and talk to him, and so Manish, he was the first person that ever got me a toasted barrel Elijah Craig.
Nice.
And it was like it was one of those. I would stop in, I would talk to him, I'd BS with him, and I know it's small time, but because he owned a gas station, and I had a company car where I would always make sure I stopped at his gas station. I filled up my car. I went in and talked to him when he sold out.
Now he sells that fuck that sells everything for secondary prices, and I never go in.
That was the problem, is he sold to that guy, and that guy just instantly went, "Oh well, everything is whatever this price is," and it was like, and see, I unfortunately did not
whatever by Chicago.
I did not keep up with Manish after he left. What's he up to? Is he?
He's doing good. Yeah, I don't know what exactly he's doing, but I send him a message every couple of weeks, every couple of months, and say, "Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing fine. Miss you." Because I'd stop in and talk to him, and we'd had great conversation. Great guy.
Like speaking to your point, like what will people pay? The local place, Art Mart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody paid.
God, I thought
150 for 107.
$150 for
and-
107
Yes, and then
at Art Mart.
So
yeah. So no, hold on. And then when we go back in that, I was so excited because I saw a bottle that said 99.99. I was so excited. I took it up the counter. It was a lot B, and she said, "No, dear, it's 9.99.99." And I said,
For lot B.
"Yeah." I said, "I can't do that."
So
However,
so
next
Art
day-
Marts went to the
no,
dark
no,
side.
No, however, next
Well-
day it was gone.
Yeah,
So-
they'll sell it.
when
Blank-
we knew these were going to be hitting the market, suddenly we saw Art Mart. They had 6, 7 cases.
Oh yeah. So
of
suddenly when we
silver
saw
dollar
that
So we're
Smoke
like,
Wagon
oh,
Experimental
sure
Rye,
they did.
They
It
bought
was-
it. They're going to get
we
one.
got like
But then
40 cases of Smoke Wagon Rye. Yeah, it was stupid.
But they didn't. They didn't. And it was, and it's understandable. Art, they're small.
you, Garthy.
It's just like, did you get a chance to snag any of the purple
Yeah.
tops that hit the area?
Yeah, no, they were gone immediately,
Yeah.
and they were connected,
Yeah, they was all connected. So
which is whatever.
Yeah.
I had to trade a Weller foolproof store pick that
Mhm.
I used. I've held on to for a while, and then literally a bottle I chased for over a year.
So those of you out there that are like, will I ever get a Willit purple top? What it took was
A Weller
This.
Weller foolproof store pick and a Michter's toasted barrel rye.
You know what though? I got Hirsch single barrel over
So
there.
That's the thing is I've got that same Hirsch single barrel.
Yeah,
I
It's
haven't
not a purple
opened.
top.
I haven't
It's-
opened the purple
it's
top
not a
yet.
purple top.
but I
It's a
want-
purple
I
top.
want
But
to
it's not.
compare the two. Now, what do you think about? I see you've got Old Kirk up there. Old
Yeah.
Kirk versus Hirsch.
Yeah.
I haven't had them side by side. We could do that tonight.
We've got empty glasses.
We could do whatever you want. I'm fine pouring both of
And
those tonight.
this is what happens when I'm not able to function tomorrow morning. You see me,
You
and
wanna
I'm
pour
just
'em
like
tonight?
miserable.
Do it.
Let's do it. Let's do
Do
it.
it.
All right. We're going to be pouring Hirsch and Old Kirk here in a little bit.
God
Let me
damn it.
catch up on these chats. C. Davis. C. Davis. So my favorite human in the world is my grandfather, Kurt Davis. So if your name's Kurt Davis, you're going to freak me out. What's up, Lance? What's up, buddy? Narav, 1792, foolproof, amazing. Y'all okay? All right.
All I gotta say is, Narav, remember this face. So when I come down there, I know I used to stop there. I've talked to you once or twice. Remember face.
Dude,
Remember,
let's go down for a visit.
we need to.
Eat some barbecue.
We need to.
Yeah. It's,
I'll be honest.
By the-
It's my
My
fault.
wife
I have
said
not.
the barbecue is delicious.
I have not been down to the Highway 33. It was literally the OG store. I would stop in there once a week. If I didn't buy bourbon, I would gamble 20 or 30 bucks in the back room. But I need.
oh,
I
I'm
need-
good,
I
but you
need
guys
some
have
more.
whatever you need, bud.
I need some more.
And there we go.
Greg Evans said, take mine for that. I'm not sure what we're referring to.
I don't know.
I can't remember. We went too
Wait.
fast.
Tim Evans needs to be quiet and just come down south. It's like 2 hours and he can hang out.
Tim Evans says, Willit is wildly overrated. They are playing the Allocated game. I would normally agree with you, but some of the
Oh, shit.
purple tops
We
and
just got some roll gold, by the way.
oh,
By the way,
Right.
roll gold. You're getting that for preference. I'm all about the.
Just to Tim Evans' point.
oh, Big Vic backyard is in the house. What's
Wait,
up?
wait, hold on.
Ah.
Hold on
What's
a
up, buddy?
fucking second. Hold on a second. Just for Big Vic right there. Wait.
What's
wait.
that? Do you have a coin for his?
Oh,
Oh, get the fuck out of here. That's amazing.
Wait. Change the camera.
All right,
Camera
hold on,
two.
hold on. There we go. Right by the mic is where it's focusing. That's amazing. Big Vic, what about that, buddy? I love that guy. He's a good dude.
Big Vic. So he was.
All right, I'm gonna
Big
get
Vic's
this
a
other
great
stuff.
dude.
He's a good dude.
Big Vic. I know we've been on lives together. Like I said, This is the first Glencairn topper I've had. It is my favorite Glencairn topper, and it will stay my favorite Glencairn topper thanks to you, sir.
You were just talking about those before
Yep.
we started the live.
Top of my Glencairn right now.
All right, we're about to get serious, boys.
Hold on.
We're about to pour
It's
some
a
138.8 and some. What's this one? 129.6.
All that's gonna happen is Lance. We're gonna get to. Okay. So we're gonna do this from. This is where we're at.
This is what happens in live
No,
stream.
it's gonna be how many McNuggets do you want, Mike?
Hey, Renee, we got any extra food?
Yeah.
All right. Man, that rum's good though, right?
I just finished it, and yes,
God dang, it's good.
it's
Brander rum does not taste like rum.
even
Tastes
putting them side
like
by side.
bourbon,
So
yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at them right now and just understanding. Like, so it's 13-year versus 12-year, but
I
Yeah.
don't know if people online can see that. Like straight ahead.
Which one? What do you
Like,
want?
just
Oh, the
these.
grander. So let's see. I can hold these up.
Yeah.
So,
Completely.
oh yeah,
Different.
you can see the difference
Yeah.
in darkness. Darkness.
However,
Beautiful.
both deliciousness.
yep. I'm actually really glad Big Vic's watching. I was. It's probably still daylight in California or wherever he's at.
It might be.
It's so
All right.
funny. So
Let's see here.
the Deathless Dogs, Dan. You know,
Oh, I love
he-
those guys.
Yep. Dan is, I hate to, I mean, I don't want to say it different ways. Probably my closest friend as far as far off whiskey tubers.
Oh, nice.
So me and, I've talked to Dan, him and I text back and forth on Facebook. And if ever I jump on his live stream, he always jumps me on, no big deal. And he's the one that sent me over to Big Vic. And it was some random contest that I actually won this.
Oh,
This-
seriously?
But like, talking back and forth, it's such a unique environment to be able to talk whiskey, to be able to interact with people that are
Yeah.
different than you, different palates,
Yeah.
different environments, different.
That's what's great about Whiskey Tube. Like, if one guy hates it, it's okay. Like, your palates
Absolutely.
are different. Make sure you watch a bunch of people before you try to decide what you like and what
I
you
wish
don't
I
like.
could show you text messages of mine from over a year ago because I was literally like, "Where can I find one of these?" And now I'm holding one.
Oh, you've never had one? Oh, sweet,
yeah,
dude.
Old Kirk, yeah.
Dude, this is the best part about whiskey, just sharing what you can grab.
I mean, one of these days, Lance, you're gonna have to look at those pictures of the fucking basement and go, "I've never had that," and then we're gonna pour that because I
These are
the same
both
rules,
fantastic.
same rules you've got.
yep.
Nothing is off limits. in
Yeah,
this.
not literally nothing. Prescription bourbon says Hirsch is legit. It really is. The Willit sourced Hirsch is
Yeah, I was saying,
legit. Let's
until they run
clarify.
out.
Let's clarify.
Until they run out.
Well, so that was a question. So I saw it was some big time whiskey tuber, and they were doing a Hirsch white label round bottle.
Yeah. Their own
Is that-
distillate.
Is that the
Yeah.
same?
No.
It's different.
Yeah, they have their
Okay.
own distillate coming out too, and
okay,
it's
okay. So I, did
I
not-
haven't had it, so I shouldn't say, but what I've heard is it's not. I mean, how could it be as good?
Now there's one randomly. I'm
Oh,
a sucker for a
God.
story.
Dang, these are good. If you like Willit, fuck, they're good.
I'm a sucker for a story. And I started talking to, it's called Golden Sheaf Distillery.
Golden Sheaf. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
They're out of Nebraska. And their thing is they are the one distillery.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Tim. He said, well, Big Yard Vic said, thanks for the support.
I'm here for you, Vic.
Tim Evans then posted, never saw the Hirsch besides the teal crap, which is exactly right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But this is Willit sourced. And it's like right now, this is my top bourbon of the year
Really?
in my scoring. When you take in price to account, I mean, I take in everything. I look at
Yeah.
everything. So
So I won that barrel on a Raz.
did you really?
It was $19 too. I got that bottle
Get
for $19.
out of here. I have an extra one in the bunker.
Oh shit.
But see, so what I do is when I rate my bourbon of the years, I'll take my top 5 and I send them to my Patreon members and we taste them blind on a live stream. So I have to save enough of everything that's my top to give 5 samples. So my top 5 Patreon members get a sample and we taste it blind. So last year,
Is it bad to say?
no, go ahead.
I would love to fuck with your Patreon members and send you like 2 or 3 of my tops
Yeah,
to your Patreons.
yeah,
Can we do that?
yeah, absolutely.
We'll do that.
So last year, so I take into everything into account,
Yeah.
a price, appearance, everything.
Yeah.
Which some people don't like, but whatever. It's
So
my
your
channel.
Tops of the tops.
Yeah, but it takes everything into account.
Yeah.
So if a bottle's super expensive, it hurts it.
Yeah.
If I can't find it on the shelf and it's allocated, it's not even in the running. I have to find it on the shelf. Has to be at near MSRP. So last year I put in Cooper's Craft just to fuck with people.
Cooper's Craft is.
Dude, one of my top Patreon members who I respect his palate picked Cooper's Craft as his winner in my top 5. Yeah, loved it. Loved it. And it was awesome.
So Cooper's Craft, it was one of those bottles where everybody talked about it. I never tried it. And then we went on family vacation.
Yeah.
And me being me, I talked my family into let's drive. Let me take a 1-day detour in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So that's when I toured Old Forester. I toured Evan Williams. I got
good.
the Evan Williams 12 year. And I stopped at 3 total ones and I ended up with 4 Cooper's Craft.
Dude, it's a great $30 bottle.
It's so good for so cheap.
It's so good. People are sleeping on it.
And then same thing with ancient age
handles. Yeah.
I still have
Triple A.
I still have 2 unopened ancient age handles. And it's like, you like Blanton's? Let me pour you this.
People in Ohio.
So
just going
I
for those
told
107.
Narav and Ray, I was like, if I had a store, what I would do if someone came in and asked for Blanton's, I'd say, here's 2 bottles. You pick which one you think is Blanton's. If you can pick Blanton's, I'll sell you Blanton's. And then I bet most people would pick something else, and you go, yeah, this is one you need to buy, and you'd sell so much more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You can't get away and as much hate as Blanton gets. Sazerac / Buffalo Trace, they figured out the packaging.
Yeah,
the horsey chase.
Their marketing's so good.
The one thing that I'm kind of upset about, and I don't know if you've noticed it, when's the last time you picked up a Blanton's?
About a year ago. It's younger. It's definitely younger than it used to be.
I've got a Blanton's from a year and a half ago.
Uh-huh.
And I keep it because it was my first Blanton's.
Yeah.
So I got it and I was like, oh my God, my first Blanton's. And then I got another Blanton's a couple months later, drank it, whatever. I've picked up 2 Blanton's since then. And here's what's crazy. The Blanton's I got a year and a half ago, the handwriting is unique. It's very distinctly like the Blanton's I've gotten the past 3 months. It looks like it was printed.
No.
It looks very distinctly like it is the H is the same. Like it looks like it's printed.
They better not do that.
And I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm upset about this.
Yeah, that's the one thing that makes it great. Yeah, they better not do that.
I'm upset about that.
Prescription bourbon says a 6-year Hirsch. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And see, that's great. So Hirsch. So it's funny.
You can, yep, there you go.
Right there.
Put it by the mic. Yep, you're good.
So Lance and I have the same Hirsch. Says 6-year, but if you actually look at the age, this is like 7 and 3/4 month year.
Yeah, it's 7 3/4 month year. Willit at almost hazmat. Willit purple top at almost hazmat for $90. I think is what I paid for it.
Yeah, I paid like 19 to win it.
That's so crazy. Yeah. I mean, Tim said any of those around still. I don't know.
So to be fair, I won mine and I thought it was pretty crazy. I hadn't really heard much about any other ones, but then I got on live with a couple bigger guys, Deathless Dogs, Bourbon from New York, and they all mentioned that they had yellow label Hirsch single barrels. So I feel like it's a wider distribution than we understand, but it's still pretty limited. It's
Yep.
The old Kirk single barrel I've got, again, Willit distilled, basically Willit Purple Top. 6-year, 9-month. It's about 64.8%, so 129.6 proof. But what do you guys think about the old Kirk?
It's so similar.
It's
Very similar.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So I made you that deal. Nothing's off limits in the basement. If you show up, I do have the Benny's Pick 7-year Willit Purple Top.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah, he
dude.
does.
Yeah. Are you in, Mike?
I don't have the Willit pick, but
We can go do another live stream. We can do it on Bourbon Basement.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
let's start the channel.
I will bring some delicious shit, and Tim knows I got some delicious shit.
There's some things that haven't been open yet that I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I'm not open yet is because they're not open yet. So
yeah.
This is interesting because this is what I've always said I would do if I owned a liquor store.
Yeah.
Tim Evans said local shop dropped a Stag Junior and made it mandatory to cork pop. I've said that forever. If I owned a shop and it was super hard to get, I would make you pop it at the store. What's that?
One problem.
What's that?
Can't do that.
Illinois state law states
You can't do it?
With Illinois.
no. An open container has to be not only I'm sorry. I've had too much rye to articulate this correctly. But basically, an open bottle has to be in a locked glove compartment or the trunk to be legal to drive in Illinois.
Okay.
Like, you can't just be like, oh, no, I just came from a tasting. It's in the back seat. Like, it literally has to be inaccessible from the driver to a degree of...
Okay.
That's the only problem with that.
So I could get away with it. I could put it in my truck bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd be okay.
But how many people are actually going to put it in their truck bed?
Yeah.
And who's responsible if that's the limitation?
That's true. That's a good point.
Because, I mean...
Damn.
The IRS,
That was my get
the
around.
IRS
about all
did
this.
just hire 87,000 new
Those
employees.
motherfuckers.
I'm a gun guy. So,
Yeah, I had too.
Lance, are we about to go shooting?
Yeah, whenever you want, man. I'm ready. Anytime you want. I think we just became best friends.
So I belong to the only range in Central Illinois that has a 300-meter true 300-meter rifle range.
Dude, you're teaching me about bourbon. You can teach me about guns. I'm all open.
I just
Evans,
zero in.
I'm fine with that. Like, if that's what they want to do, I just hope that they explain that.
No, see, here's the thing.
No,
Tim
hold on.
Evans, you're
No,
from
I hope they
Chicago.
do that before
Come
they-
shoot an AR with the Bourbon Basement.
No. However, I hope that whatever store you go to explains that to you beforehand. We had a couple places that said, "Hey,
Oh, did you drop my light? Uh-oh.
we're gonna deface
You're good.
any bottle you win in a raffle. Therefore, that
Stop talking about schmelective schmabor.
Yeah, no talking about Schmelective 4.
However,
Have you guys had this?
There was
Have you
there
guys
was one
tasted
place.
this?
There was one place that would do that.
Have you guys
I've
tasted this?
tasted both, yes.
Dude, this is still my
It's really
favorite.
good, yeah.
I don't even particularly like floral bourbons.
I don't even get floral.
You don't?
So
I get floral, grape, honeysuckle. It's so good. So concentrated.
see, it's so crazy. So I get those true bourbon, those honey, vanilla,
God damn, it's good.
hard.
I
But,
love this
see, my
bottle,
thing is,
man.
there's a funk at the end, and that might be the honeysuckle, the fruit that you're getting. Whereas I see it as a funk because
Okay.
Willit is not a something that is normal to me.
It's different. It is definitely, and that's what I love about it. I've thought about in my reviews doing a uniqueness score, and the uniqueness score on this would be through the roof.
Yeah.
It's not like any other bourbon. Oh, Jesus. You're about to, you sure you're good for 140, 138 point?
Shit.
The thing is, he's not driving.
Okay, that's good.
My 400-pound fat ass is driving, so
Wish it wasn't 375. What's 375? What's he referring to?
maybe the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill.
Oh, well, Could be.
That's one thing. So going into the popular picks, so I do have a pride, I guess you call it a pride shelf.
Yeah.
Because and I hate to say this because it boils down to personal pride. One of the first quote unquote sought after bottles that I got that was oh my God, you have this, was Jack Daniel's barrel proof single barrel rye.
Sure.
I bought it from, of all places, Friar Tuck. And I bought it from Friar Tuck for $99.99, which
I know what Narav's referring to there. You'll see it in a little bit.
$99.99 above quote unquote retail, but nowhere near what secondary is. And it was because I sat there, I saw that they had it. I said, hey, I'll buy that. They didn't have time to look it up secondary. So I was able to buy it.
Sure.
I still have that bottle. I still have, after that, I haven't opened it. I've still got Coy Hill. Haven't opened it. Blah, blah, blah.
Narav got an Eagle Rare pick for you to try.
Listen, Narav, I've got 4 Eagle Rare store picks. You want to blind some store picks together? Let's do it. I've got Collective Pour. I've got Harvest Market. I've got East Side.
Yeah, Mach 1.
I've got Mach 1.
Oh, what do you think about the Mach 1?
Haven't opened it yet.
Oh, don't.
No.
It's so bad. I had a blind. I didn't know what I was drinking.
Do that.
And it was one of the worst bottles.
I literally bought it because it was said picked by Mike Myers and it was Halloween.
Dude, a lot of people were pissed that we were like shitting on that bottle. I had a blind. They gave it to me blind. I didn't know what I was drinking. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was a horrible pick. And we even gave it to a Buffalo Trace rep, and he's like, "This is off profile." We're like, we know what that means.
Wait. What's your Buffalo Trace rep? Alan Tenniswood.
No, I cannot confirm or deny who it was.
Hey, if it wasn't Alan Tenniswood, I don't trust it.
Yeah, that Mach 1 pick was awful. I've never had a Eagle Rare pick that I didn't like.
Yeah.
They gave me, I can't remember, 4 samples. One was the Eagle Rare Mach 1. One was
then, I feel like an Eagle Rare pick you're not like
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, because it's pretty. How can you not like an Eagle Rare pick?
It should be standard.
Yeah.
Let's just put all Eagle Rares are single barrels.
Yeah.
It just they don't clean the lines out between barrels.
Right, exactly. So, but now they now because now they're putting 10 years on them. So
all the barrels that they're pour
just
for Eagle Rare, because
so you might get a couple bottles that are mixed, but it's basically
they changed the label. But Eagle Rare has always been 10-year,
right?
Because even on the back of the label, it has said 10-year.
Yeah, right.
So though they changed the label,
right,
it's still 10-year.
Right. So yeah, that was not a good pick. C. Davis said he moved from South Loop to West Loop. He lived in Roosevelt Collection. Nice.
Wait, South Loop. We're out on South Loop because my grandma had a house on 94th and Buffalo.
God dang, this is good. Are you guys drinking this? Or am I just the only
We're
one?
back. I'm
freaking
literally
amazed
going
by
back and
this
forth.
bottle. God, it's good. This to me is superior to the old Kirk. The old Kirk is really good, but I like this better. It's just more concentrated, more like
Absolutely.
grapey.
So the Hirsch has the nose, the flavor, everything is superior to the Kirk.
Yeah,
But
damn, it's good.
Kirk looks better.
Yeah, yeah,
Kirk-
yeah,
And Kirk
Kirk-
has his own bottle.
Kirk has
Yeah.
a better bottle.
yeah. Absolutely,
Yeah.
that looks better on the shelf for sure. Yeah, I don't mind the Hirsch bottle, but it's like because I know the teal version sucks shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
that like sways me a little bit. C. Davis says, I hit the South Loop Bennies. I don't know all that Chicago lingo. Guys, I've had a great fucking time tonight.
Yeah.
We tasted a lot of good bourbon and rice.
So what you're saying is you've had a great start to tasting bourbon, where we've tasted a lot of great stuff at your place, where our next live has
Let's
to
do
be
it.
at my place.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You can be your first live on YouTube.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it, Tim.
Yep. Dude, you need any help or anything, you're curious about anything, just let me know, man. I'm happy to help you. Dude, you have an incredible palate and incredible knowledge. You should be on YouTube for sure. 100%.
The tornado says it himself.
Yeah, 100% you should be on YouTube.
No, but for real, this has been a fantastic experience. The start of the live stream had to do with the rise, and that's a great.
And
experience.
now we have I don't know if
With their
people can-
rums or with their
I don't know if people
bourbons.
can look at this, but it's just like a spectacular
You know,
thing.
let's just talk about Big Vic.
Let's talk about Big Vic. Yeah, go subscribe to Big Vic.
Yeah.
Great
so,
dude.
Anyway,
No, but no, Lance, I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
it's something that I really should focus on. And sometimes I think I take myself too seriously and think, oh,
Yeah.
I don't have a logo. Like,
Don't worry. Like perfection kills you. Like trying to be perfect kills channels. Just go for it,
Absolutely.
man. Just start. Don't worry about all the other shit. Just start.
So that
so
being the question.
let's say this. People watching still out here, Tim, advice. What would you give him?
Yeah.
Starting out.
Let's hear
Let's do that.
Let's hear
What do you
let's hear the
what do you wanna
Whiskey
hear
Tornadoes
Yeah.
subscribers advice.
What do you
on
want to
what-
hear from
The Bourbon Basements.
Bourbon Basement. Give Tim
Yeah.
some advice. What would you say?
Yeah. What do you want to hear from Tim?
So when I
It's
can tell you
different
what I
from-
would say. When I started, I was worried about having the perfect sound, the perfect picture, the perfect logo, everything. You just start. You just start, you just upload, you just keep uploading. Every time you upload, you try to be 10% better, 5% better, even 1% better. You get on Fiverr, you do a logo, you add that, you add an intro, you add an outro, you add all these different things, but you just learn a little bit more each time and you get better. If you go to any YouTube channel and you look at their first video compared to what they're putting out now, drastically different. Like I sat right in that corner with an iPhone, and now look at all this bullshit. If you saw my first videos, they were stupid. I was like, the Whiskey Tornado was like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna blend these amazing blends and I'm gonna make a Whiskey Tornado. And then everybody's like, what's Whiskey Tornado? I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. I was gonna blend these stupid blends.
Whiskey, that's me. That's me.
Yeah. And now it's just like, it is what it is. And, people just come to the channel for honest reviews. So if you're just yourself and you just try to get 1% better every video, you'll be fine, man. And you have the knowledge. Your knowledge is superior to mine by a mile. So if I have 5,000 subs, you have 10,000.
I would like to call bullshit on that.
Oh, dude, I'm not joking. I'm not like pulling your chain. You should have a YouTube channel 1,000%. And I'm happy to promote your channel.
That is literally the best compliment I've ever had. Like, I enjoy bourbon. I enjoy whiskey. I like to tell people exactly what I taste, how I feel about things. I have no hesitations of trying anything I have. There's literally one bottle in my entire collection that will not get opened simply because my wife is not pregnant yet, and that is that literally is lot B. I picked that bottle up off of the randomest circumstances, and it is sealed. And when that woman is pregnant, that bottle will get opened. But beyond that, there is not a sacred bottle in there. And I would love to share everything with you. My problem is I do not have the confidence of it yet. And Lance here is the man. He is building that confidence. And I appreciate this live stream. I appreciate trying these bottles. I appreciate cracking everything. And I would gladly pour Lance the biggest pour of my Smoke Wagon D. That you know what? Lance needs the biggest Smoke Wagon D he can get, and I will give Lance that biggest Smoke Wagon D.
I'm getting uncomfortable here.
No. I will make Lance as uncomfortable as he needs to be. It's so crazy because I hold the mic closer to me and I talk about Lance being uncomfortable, and that is great. Absolutely great.
Dude, I know, like, everybody is their biggest critics, and if someone talked to you like you talk to yourself, you'd kick their ass, right?
Yeah.
So you would. So don't worry about any of that shit. Just do it. Just upload. You'll get better. You'll do great. Prescription Bourbon says that table is legit bottle share. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. Let's see. At Tim, I just get the scraps. I don't have good connections. I mean, you'll get them, dude. You just got to keep being a good person. And
Your name isn't Ray Harness.
For real. No, you get the scraps. Be thankful for the scraps.
Yeah.
Be thankful for what they give you. Say, oh, that's great. Oh, I get it. I'm on the list. Whatever. Be thankful for
I
it.
just got a Jack Daniel's 10. All right.
yeah.
Like,
Be thankful.
Yeah.
Scott Barnes asked a great question. Whiskey Tornado, how does your employer feel about your channel if they know? I'm worried if I start my own channel, my boss finds out and I'm being fired. I'm a teacher, by the way.
Okay.
I'm a teacher.
So this is a great question for Mike.
This is gonna be for all of us.
Yeah.
No,
Mike, go start Mike.
You start, Mike.
I actually am a teacher. So it's one of those things where you run that fine line of
Put it right up in
Sorry.
there.
yeah, I know. So you run that fine line of you don't want to piss off your employer. However, you want to get the good stuff. I would honestly like find your main guy. So the main 2 or 3 places who you are going for, like who you always go for, and get them. I don't know how I would say that. Like, how do I say that? Like, that's your main go-to guys. Like, and then after that, like, so after you have your main go-to guys, you go and you would just always go there, like, week after week. You try,
Tim's gonna take this.
So what boils down to is you have to understand that you yourself, no matter what your position is, no matter who you work for, no matter what you do, is you yourself. Boils down to you as a person, what you do on your own time. Yes, you're a teacher. Okay, you're a 5th grade teacher. Great. Teach them math, teach them geometry, teach them division. But when you get home, do what you need to do. Your profession doesn't have to interfere with what you prefer as a hobby. that's what I fall down to.
Unless you're a porn star, you definitely need to regulate that shit.
So
Hashtag subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Yeah, my OnlyFans.
No, but for real, like, I'll take my example. I am the regional operations manager for a commercial. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 commercial tire stores for Continental Tire. I work as a tutor, a teacher, a regional manager, a information guy, a sales guy. It boils down to, can you mesh your life of what your occupation is with what you do for fun?
Yeah.
I enjoy whiskey. I enjoy tasting whiskey. I enjoy understanding the differences between malts, between between mash bills, between ages. That's how I enjoy life. I'm also an outdoorsman, and being able to meld those two together. That's the biggest thing about it, is understanding how your employer will like. It's such a tough question, because
It's delicate.
what does your employer need to watch YouTube? Like, why does, like, I'm in charge of 23 different employees, where if they saw how I behaved on a whiskey live stream, like, what would they think? But like, that is not our day to day. Our day to day is getting a certain job done on a certain level. Like, you have to take that delicate balance of, what does my day job do to influence my, I guess, content creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really tough. I will tell you guys, many of you know this, but many of you may not, that I run a gym, and I kind of
a
had a
gym that I need to be part of.
I need to be part of it myself. A gym that when I got started, I had a big social media presence because I lost 75 pounds using P90X, and I completely transformed my body. And not now. I mean, I'm definitely overweight from where I was. So I am the perfect example of somebody who it's really delicate with my profession. My profession is health. My profession is working out. I lost 75 pounds through P90X. I transformed my body. I had a transformation video that hit 2 million views on YouTube, and it propelled me to leave my job in insurance because I helped so many people online. I started these YouTube communities, or these Facebook communities, where we created these retreats where people would fly in. People flew in from the UK, from Florida, from California. We ran 5Ks together. We lost weight, and then we celebrated, and we ate, and we had all these wonderful times. And I walked 5Ks and 10Ks with people that had lost over 200 pounds, and really, honestly, made me cry to watch these people lose so much weight and have so many good transformations. And then I found this love for whiskey, and whiskey was just really a conduit between, it was a conduit for me making more relationships with people. And that's what I love. And so it's a really delicate balance for me as someone who runs a gym, who's the head trainer, who's the manager of a major gym, who works with chiropractic offices and physical therapy offices. Somebody who's got to maintain their weight, but also loves whiskey, and it's really tough. So this is a great question because it's hard. I don't know the right answer. I think the right answer is fluid between professions. For me, the guy that owns our gym runs 19 businesses. He loves me. He knows that I'm capable of what I do, and I have great relationships with my clients. For teachers, it is tricky. So I don't know what the right answer is for you. I would walk on thin ice is what I would say if you're in whiskey, because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people hear whiskey and think this is bikers drinking whiskey in a bar, and that's not what whiskey is anymore. Like whiskey is a conduit for relationships. It's
So kind of a unique
perception,
perspective on it.
perspective.
I've been a bigger guy my whole life. I was an offensive lineman in college. My playing weight as a college athlete was 310 to 320 pounds. Currently, I'm over 400, and that's something I'm not happy about. But I'm still a very active person. I'm a commercial tire guy. I have semi trucks pull into my shop that need tire service, and I will change 8 commercial tires within an hour. But I still feel myself as out of shape. And there's things that I need to work on to better myself to be in a better place. And that's something that whiskey helps and hurts at the same
Yep.
time, because I can eat great, I can avoid sugar, but at the end of the day, if I decide to have 2 or 3 pours of a good whiskey because I enjoy whiskey, that will set me back. And that's
Yeah.
those are things that I need to understand and benefit from to help myself not push into
Yeah.
something I don't want to be.
I think it's a really important conversation in the whiskey community that many channels don't have. Like I was telling you guys before I started, I haven't had a drink since last Saturday night. What's today? Friday? Friday. So I try to go through the week and not drink. And then Friday and Saturday, I will have pours. Obviously do my reviews. I do all my reviews on Friday. If we have a live stream, that's even better. I love doing live streams and getting to know you guys. And then on Saturday, I'll have a few pours as well. But if you want to keep your liver healthy and your weight healthy, you have to limit your drinking. I wish it wasn't the case, but it is the case, and I don't think enough channels talk about it. So I will limit myself, or try to limit myself, to 2 to 3 nights of drinking a week. Which sounds crazy now because I used to not drink at all. But I love it, and I love connecting with people. And again, it's a conduit for relationships. Like I meet Tim and I'm like, okay, we have something in common, and it's a great thing. I get to know Tim and we have a lot of things in common. And we're able to connect. And I love that. I love that about whiskey. But I think you got to keep it in check too. So you got to be careful.
You absolutely have
Yeah.
to understand your limits.
Yep.
Because you drinking 4 or 5 shots, and I say shots, chugs of Jack Daniels or whatever your vice drink of the night is, that's not I understand that you may only do that a couple nights a week, but like that's not good for you.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand what is good and what is not.
Yep.
I appreciate, and I don't want this to go negative. I appreciate the night that I've had with Lance tonight. Like, yes, I've had more than I would normally have.
Cheers, buddy. Love you, man.
Absolutely, cheers.
Mike. Cheers.
But this is not something that would normally happen, and it's something that you have to appreciate. And I think this is something that will, in the future, push me to be a better person, because without things like this, I was on a path of destruction.
Mhm.
I was on a path where, okay, it's Friday night, let me just drink whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care what I'm doing. Like,
Yep.
something like this is more important, more.
And when you get
lively.
in your 30s and 40s and you have all these stresses,
We don't want to talk about 30s.
dude, it's easy. It's easy to go, I've got to have bourbon just to relax and chill.
And this may be a perspective that speaks to some of you. I was a college athlete. I was a 4-year starter at a collegiate football program. I spent 3 of those years as a shot put, discus, javelin, and hammer thrower.
Nice.
I was a dual sport athlete throughout my entire college. Now, being an adult, married, full-time job, I've got 4 cats, 2 dogs, a snake. Like, there are life responsibilities that just take. Having things where you can escape
Yep.
are important.
Yep.
Even if it doesn't, like, okay, you and 2 buddies drink bourbon for a weekend. Does that feel like an escape? It is an escape. As
Greg,
long as you understand where you're going, what you're doing, and why you're doing it.
Greg says, great message here. Most into whiskey struggle with this, me included. Eat healthy, exercise. Life is too short. Enjoy it. Exactly right, Greg.
We haven't
Exactly
even
right.
talked about the fact that I'm about to hire Lance to help me because I am over 420 pounds for the first time in my life, and I'm not happy about it.
Spicy and Inbred says, we are all adults here. Mind your business. This is too preachy. Fuck off. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Fuck you.
Seriously. Fuck
Fuck
off.
you and the horse you rode in on.
Like, I'm serious. Like, I mean this in the utmost respect. Fuck off. Like, a lot of people need to hear this. I think it's very important because as a whiskey tube influencer and someone who runs a gym, I think that it's something people need to talk about more. It's very delicate. You have to walk a fine line, and it's easy to cross that line.
Absolutely.
And Spicy and Inbred, I'm sorry, man. Go to a different channel. This is not the channel for you.
Just for an example. So I spent my entire college career as a college athlete. I had structured workouts. I had structured. Now in my adult life, I am gaining weight and I don't like it. And I try to revert back to what I did in college, and there is no structure there. And that is a big problem that I'm dealing with.
Yep.
You know, I joined a gym in the town I live in. I went for about a month where I ran on the elliptical. I did some exercises that I remembered, but the problem is there was no structure. And that is the biggest problem that I see with any weight loss, with any I want to get in shape, with any I want to be there. The structure is not being taught. The structure is not there unless you shoot out exorbitant amounts of money or you find a program that exactly matches what you need.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is, like, people don't want to be invalids. People don't want to be at some degree where they cannot function. But the problem is they don't have the motivation and they don't seek out what will help them.
Yeah, especially guys. Like, women seek out help all the time.
Yep.
But as somebody who runs a gym, guys do not seek it out. They're very reluctant to seek out help from other guys.
A perfect example. A guy will look at what is my max? I can still bench press 405 pounds.
Yep. Craig,
but I'm
said,
a fat guy.
Craig said, preach F off.
Perfect. I will preach. I'm a fat guy, but I will still be able to bench press 405 pounds.
Yeah.
My max squat when I was an offensive lineman for a university at the collegiate level was 710 pounds.
Yep.
I could probably still squat in the 500s, but does that mean I'm in shape? Absolutely not.
Yeah. And the good thing about whiskey is if you decide to do something like a ketogenic diet, it is very receptive to ketogenic diet, but you have to be smart about it.
But I love bread.
I love bread too, man. I love carbs. I'm a fat kid at heart.
I love bread.
Yeah.
Bread is great.
There's a reason I got to 300 pounds and there's a reason I lost 75 and had this.
There's a reason that Ray keeps telling me I need to hook up with you, Lance.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you. But
see, my thing is my wife does not like structure. So, like, we bought her an elliptical and she will run on the elliptical at home. But, like, if I run on the elliptical at home, this is funny as fuck, but the ceiling is actually too short. So I literally hit my head on the ceiling if I try to run. So, like, I got a membership at the gym, but, like, without somebody pushing me, like, I'm so used to team sports all the way through college. Like, I need somebody pushing, yelling. Like, yeah, okay, I'll go run to the gym for a month, and I'll be like, I don't feel like it. Like,
Bubble Bath Bourbon's in the house. Have you watched Bubble Bath Bourbon?
I don't think I've watched Bubble.
Oh, dude, you got to watch it. He's amazing. He's funny,
I
dude.
do like the rubber ducky.
Yeah, funny dude. When I quit dipping, I gained a bunch of weight because I drank so much beer. Yeah. That's
See, it's so
facts.
funny. I was not so before I was a bourbon guy, I was a stout beer guy. I
Independent
loved
Joe's in the
stout.
house. What's up, buddy?
Independent Joe. All we're waiting for is fucking Cheech Ardenino.
Cheech.
So it's so funny. So me and Cheech have talked back and forth on streams forever, but I didn't know what his show was called. It was his channel, and I wasn't subscribed to him.
Brian makes a great point here. He
What's
said,
Brian's point?
look at what you eat and drink are the biggest factors in losing weight. You can lose weight without hitting a gym. I did it. That's exactly right. But I would say, Brian, as somebody who's lost a lot of weight, if you work out, you sleep better, you release endorphins, you're better towards people. I was full of piss and vinegar before I worked out. Hated everybody. Now that I work out, I don't have the energy to hate everybody. I love everybody. I think it releases endorphins. I think you sleep better. I think you're in a better mood. I think it makes you a better person. It's more than just weight loss, but you're absolutely right. You can lose weight without hitting the gym. But as far as longevity, how your quality of life is long term, you need to work out. And you don't have to work out crazy. Like, you don't have to do all these CrossFit workouts,
Lance,
but 3 days a week,
let me
hitting
ask
the
you something.
gym, walking a couple days a week, you're fine.
As far as work goes, because that's one thing that hits me and hurts me.
Yep.
So I am a retail operations manager for Continental Tire.
Okay.
I am responsible for opening the store
Okay.
at 7 a.m. I'm responsible for closing the store at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., whichever. If there's somebody getting service done, whatever, it's later. It's usually 5 p.m. But there is no, I can't just say I'm gonna be late this day. Like,
Yeah.
So that's what I like. I go to sleep at 9, 10 p.m. I still have to wake up at 5:30, get ready. Like, there's no time for me in the morning to do it. But then when I get off work at 5:30, I get home, I've got to cook dinner.
Yeah,
like
it's so tough.
It's tough for me to fit that into the schedule.
Yep.
Where, in my experience, would you fit that in? Would you be a night owl? Would you be I'm gonna wake up early? Like, what's your suggestion?
So when I lost all my weight, my plan was to get my workout in before life got in the way.
Okay.
Whether it was I was tired from work, I had a headache, I had to cook dinner. If I wait till the end of the day.
So let me stop you. What was your heaviest?
278, I believe, was my heaviest.
Because
my lowest was 190. That's when I filmed for the P90X infomercials, and that was my lowest. But
that's what I'm struggling with, because right now, like, my playing weight in college, I'm starting offensive lineman, healthy, 320 to 340.
Okay. Yeah.
I just recently crossed to the point where my scale doesn't tell me my weight anymore.
Okay.
Which is about 400, 410.
Okay. So do you know what your calorie intake is a day?
Probably more than it should be.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I don't measure it.
Yep.
Now, the same fairness, we don't eat out. We don't eat fast food. But like,
good.
We'll make chili.
Yep.
And we won't care about the beans or the meat or whatever.
Yep.
Like,
so
when it
I
comes
would
to
recommend,
beef, like, we bought an entire cow.
Yep.
Like, it's
so what I
farm
recommend
raised.
for all my clients is to take baby steps. Like, you don't need to eliminate sugar and dairy and cut your calories and try to work out all at once.
I cut soda out. Like, I drink.
That's good.
I drink sparkling, because that's what I discovered about soda was I don't miss the soda.
That's good.
I miss the bubbles.
Yep. Okay, good.
So I drink
It's a good
sparkling
cut.
water. I drink tea. Like, I don't drink soda anymore. I'm trying to help that out, but I drink a lot of it. Like, I will drink a half gallon of tea a night, or I'll drink 4 or 5 cans of sparkling water.
Okay.
But there's, according to the label, no calories to it. So
what time do you go to work every day?
So I wake up about 5:45.
You're about the
6,
same. Yeah, that's early. That's early.
and then I will be at my shop about 7:10.
Okay. And when do you get home?
About 5:30.
5:30. So it's a long day. You're tired.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then I'll start cooking dinner. I'll
Yep.
feed the dogs,
Yep.
all that. Like
Yep.
that's the problem. Is like I feel like it leaves no time for me to
It's tough.
work on myself. It's like
Yeah.
I spend my day working, and then I come home. I've got to cook for me and my wife. I got to feed the dogs. Like,
Yeah.
but
It's
then
tough.
after I think the problem is after we eat, like, and it's not the problem of life. Like that's life, but it's like you cook, you feed yourselves, you eat well. Like we don't eat poorly. Like we eat well. We don't eat a lot of processed foods. Like if we're gonna have dinner, it's gonna be
Yep.
freshly cooked chicken breast. It's going to be freshly fried vegetables. We've got a garden, like
Yep.
the vegetable, but the fact is, it takes 2 hours to cook that.
Yeah. So it really is. I mean, Bubble Bath Bourbon stated it perfectly. It really, when it boils down to, it's calories in, calories out. So if you can increase your calories out or decrease your calories in, you're going to lose weight. So you got to figure out what that tipping point is for your particular metabolism and how many calories you burn throughout the day.
I think it's going to boil down to I need to sleep
Yeah.
more at night so I
Yep.
can wake up early.
And just go on a 30-minute walk.
I belong to the gym at St. Joe.
Yeah.
And that was my thing. Is I used to do it was a 15-minute elliptical warm up, and then I would do like 3 sets of 10 of bench press, 3 sets. Like it was kind of.
Uh-oh. Cheech is in the house.
Cheech, who I am definitely subscribed to.
Cheech is great. I love Cheech.
No, so funny story. So I'm gonna butcher it, but I've known Cheech for a while. I followed Cheech. Cheech has a show, or Cheech has a weekly show, and it is, God, what's it called? He made tickets to it. He sent certain people like tickets to Cheech's show, and one day drunkenly I go, well, what's that? Oh God, what's it called? Cheech, you're gonna kill me. I don't remember what it's called. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a great night. This is probably the best night in whiskey I've had in a long time, and I don't remember what it was. But now, because of the fun I was made fun of for that, I do remember. I am definitely subscribed to Cheech, and I appreciate Cheech's input.
Yeah, Scott said I wake up at 4, which sounds horrible, but I felt like getting the workout done early helped. I absolutely agree. Was 295 down to 215 track
Fuck
calories.
me. I'd take that in a
Yep,
heartbeat.
30 to 40 minutes exercise before adult life is how I did it. Yeah, man. Good
Yep.
job.
Scott, I'm not gonna lie, 295 would be so literally. So my claim to it. I was an offensive lineman in college for 4 years. My playing weight was between 310 and 340 between 4 years. At 310, I ran a 5 flat 40-yard sprint.
Yep. That's awesome. Scott said this stream took a turn to the health. Hey,
whiskey health.
Dude, I don't mind talking about health at all because
that's because he is about to get another customer from me.
Dude, I don't care about that. I really feel like it's something that needs to be talked more about in Whiskey Tube, because I guarantee every one of us goes to the doctor and gets a screening. They're like, what the fuck's wrong with your liver? We have to make sure that's okay.
So by industry, I'm a director of retail operations for Continental Commercial Division, Continental Tire Commercial Division, and I have to get a DOT physical once every 2 years. And I get asked about my weight and about my health, and that is because the DOT requires it.
Yep.
So health is important no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're at. And I'm not gonna lie, I think we might have to cut the stream short because I think I have to get Mike home.
Yeah, I think so. And I would say, guys, like, look, my wife is dealing with cancer, and it's awful. And so I think health is important. So if this offends any of you talking about health, then go to another channel. But I'm always going to talk about health. I think it's very important.
So-
I want to be here as long as I can for my friends and family, but also I do want to enjoy whiskey. I do want to
Absolutely.
share it with people. There's a balance. There's
Absolutely.
a level. You can't go crazy. So
So this was the first collab between the Bourbon Basement and the
Yep.
Whiskey Tornado at the Whiskey Tornado's beautiful setup with his beautiful pours. The next collab will be in the Bourbon Basement.
I can't
and
wait.
I promise that.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, my friend.
I love you, brother.
Let's call this because I got to get Mr. Mike home.
Cheers, everybody. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. This was a great stream. Mike, love you, buddy. All right. Love you guys. Take care. We'll see you on the next live stream.